problem. If you don't know the trolley problem, it's in the general chat and you can scroll.
Go first.
I would
Go
like to
first,
go
guys.
first.
She
She
would change the leather to hit the one person, and then she'd cast Revivify.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
That's a cop out. That's a cop out.
That's a
It
cop
is.
out. That's such bullshit.
Not allowed. You're out of spell slots.
That's not allowed. You're out of spell slots.
Out of spell slots, bonus action, channel divinity. I get a third level spell slot back.
You're out of channel divinity. You are all tapped out. You have no resources.
You're out of resources. You got
You're in an
Marzena would
anti-magic
take
field.
she would still take the guilt of killing one person rather than letting 5 die.
Damn. So you would switch the track to one person?
Marzena would, I
Is a
think.
cold world. Okay, pick
Yeah.
someone next.
Sorry, my sound's weird.
No
Be right
problem.
You're
Take your
good.
time, girl.
You know what?
There she goes.
My resident philosopher. What would Kurt do? Ryan's your philosopher. Kurt isn't.
Yeah.
Is Ryan a philosopher?
Am I?
He sends me philosophy memes.
I understand. I know enough about philosophy to understand the
He
memes and
sends
enjoy them.
philosophy
It's
memes,
fun.
so he's a philosopher.
Philosophy is fun. Brain in a jar. Wild.
Huh?
The brain in a jar theory.
I have to tell you all something about these recordings that I just discovered and how simple the mistakes I was making were.
I can explain it
Oh.
more.
So you ever think about your volume adjusters, right? And you ever think that maybe you should just turn OBS up, and then all of a sudden your guys' volume just skyrockets and is like normal again when I turn that up, and I didn't know that that actually had an effect on that. My face hurts. My face hurts from wanting to cry.
better. I got it to work.
Cool.
Is the sound
Who's
support up?
it is? Who's next on the trolley problem?
Kurt.
Oh yeah, right. I was
Kurt.
supposed to answer. Yeah, Kurt will probably pull the lever. That makes sense. He'll kill the one person over the 5.
Ice cold.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Who do you pick?
Pick someone, Kurt.
Let's do Mr. Discovery.
So as long as he doesn't know anybody on the trolley, he would like 5 lives or more than 1. So he would throw the lever.
But if it was someone,
He would. His thing is
If
I'm
it
saving
was
5
anyone that
people's
Cole
lives.
loves, he's killing 5 people quick.
100%. No, 100%. But then, like if like I think Balthaldi's up there and he sees Chloris as the one, he ain't gonna run her over. At least that's what I think.
Pick someone.
Who do you pick?
You know what? Let's see if I'm right. Balthaldi.
All right, fine. I don't think Bartholdi would adjust the track. He would let it go through regardless of which one it was on. He wouldn't touch it at all.
It's a cold world.
Nah, it's fate. If you're fated to die, who am I?
Cold world. That's the good thing about there's no right answer to this.
Yeah.
There's no
No,
right
there's no
answer.
right answer.
If you switch the track, it's through your action that the person dies. If you don't touch it, it's you haven't done anything.
Not your fault. But
He'll take responsibility, cause like he watched, he could have done something. Like I'll eat that. Yeah, like by omission, I've done nothing.
do you think that if for anyone, right? Kind of like being meta, if you did not pull the lever, would you sleep better at night knowing that it wasn't your fault, or would you sleep worse at night knowing 5 people died because of your inaction?
I'd feel bad because people died, but also like here's the thing, it's not my fault the trolley wasn't working.
Not your
I'm not
fault,
the
right?
mechanic. I'm not the mechanic.
Mhm.
But I'd feel tremendous guilt for killing one person.
What I just said, it's a cold world. No, let me stop.
The way I see it, if you're put in a situation where like you see that 5 people are in danger, and you have the ability to do something to save those lives, and you choose not to do it,
But
then
what if the one person?
you're
Okay,
in
cool. So I'm saying
I had to write a
one,
paper on this, so it's
but what
really
if
hard.
that one person is gonna save 1,000,000 lives and I kill them?
how
You
do
can't
know that?
judge. You can't judge the weight of a
Yo,
person. That's the reason why it's an impossible choice to
is
make,
that knowledge?
because you can't know whether the 5 people are worth more than the 1 or the 1 is worth more than the 5, and people are not
Well, that's
equal in
very
value
fair.
based from a
What
psychological
would you
and
pick?
biological perspective. So, it sucks, man.
Hero
That was
chat
a rough
already
paper to
lost.
write.
Like, hey,
That's a rough
give
paper to
me
write.
percentage.
Yuri, which one you picking?
Exact same as what Juice said.
Pick the
Whatever it's
whole
on,
world.
whatever it's on
whole
without
world.
complete inaction.
Yep. Chloris, what you doing for the trolley problem? You letting it rock, or you flipping that lever?
I was having the same opinion as Yuri and Bart. I wouldn't touch it.
It's a cold world. I love how we're split
What would
3-3.
you
That's pretty
do?
cool.
Yeah.
I would
That's
I
pretty
would be
cool.
like let fate take the rails.
It's the
and be
3
like,
I would expect too. Like,
100%.
that's exactly how I would feel like
Oh,
it
Track.
would go.
yeah.
Man.
Perfectly
What would you
balanced, as
pick?
all things should be.
And the other questions of the week, gang.
What would you pick, AJ?
Me personally?
Mhm.
Like me, AJ? Fuck, I don't know, dude. I think I'd let that shit go through.
That's fair. Do you guys want to hear the other questions of the week, or should I save them for next week?
I think you could save them.
Up to you, girl.
It's up to
That's
you.
up to you.
Yeah, it's up to you though.
I'll save them.
You are the question of the week holder. It is your job.
I got one for us to get into kind of character that's not macabre. Give me a head canon of your character in the keep. Like, what is one thing that your character does that's like normal, just in the keep? Ryan, we'll start with you because you're on my first. You're next to me right here.
Yeah. Shit. What does he do? I think he definitely like. I think he definitely, while we have downtime in the keep, he's like, hey, let's play cards. Like, he's just playing cards with people.
cards,
Like it is,
gambling.
yeah. Yeah,
For
it's
sure. Just
just
gambling
like,
over stupid
just for
shit,
whatever.
too.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, no.
Hell yeah.
Whoever loses
Hell
has to
yeah.
pull the weeds in the garden.
Right? Something. It's just like we
Yeah.
literally hire house people for this. I don't care. We're betting something. Okay.
It's either this or we're sparring, so pick.
Yeah, for sure, right? Dasha, you're next. Marzena's next. What is headcanon of Marzena's?
Not the keep, but keep adjacent. I like to think she spends a lot of time like under the water by the beach, like at the beach in the river, the ocean. I don't know what it
Okay,
is.
H2O. Okay, H2O.
Yeah,
Relax.
like I
She's
think
just
she
swimming
has
in the water tower.
she has like a little hoard underneath there somewhere, like some rocks. You move some, and there's like some cool shells she found.
You want to be Ariel so bad. Okay, okay.
I would run
Discovery. What you
Marzena
got?
as a mermaid. I don't care.
And confirm.
Isn't it neat?
I think Discovery.
Wouldn't you
would,
say that? Damn it.
like, this is gonna sound stupid, but this is actually what he would do. We technically left like the shrub in charge, so Cove would like go and make sure like
We.
That's a big
Cove would make
WE
sure
you just
everyone
put
who's
out there, my
working at
guy.
the keep is getting paid. Cove would make sure that everyone working at the keep is getting paid and is like doing their job, like making sure like, all right, all is taken care of.
Tipping
You guys have
people.
been paid.
So
Good. Like,
y'all need water? It's like when you hire like a contractor to your house and you're just like, do you need a drink? Do you need a snack? You want anything? It's like, dude, I'm here to do my job. You want a snack? You want water? You want anything?
no, it's less of that and like looking at like, has a job that they're responsible for been done?
He's
Have they been paid?
micromanaging. He's micromanaging.
Oh man, that
No,
checks out. That checks out.
No, he's accounting.
Have they
Okay.
done their job?
He's
We're gonna
accounting.
make sure.
He's being the accountant.
Okay, Chloris, what is the
Micromanaging us,
headcanon
too.
in the keep?
I think probably just making random knitting, like weaving and stuff.
Knitting. That's cute.
Yeah.
I like to imagine just
and-
the closet of like all of like the fucking like things like thanks,
Missed up.
Chloris. 40 fucking scars later.
And
Thanks.
Manara,
Same color.
and the bodyguards. They had like the Weasley sweaters.
Oh my
in
god,
the
it's like,
beginning.
hey
Yeah.
guys, here y'all go.
Uniforms. New seasonal uniforms.
This is fucking at a
I
bar.
think-
So what did you guys get for your holiday bonus? Our boss did us sweaters. Didn't she do that last year? Yes. And the year before that? Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Still working this.
Yes.
I think that and just talking to all the plants every
I mean,
morning.
the
being
pay is
like,
good.
What's the weather report like with the plants?
What's the weather report? It's like, I don't wanna fucking go outside. What do you want from me? I'm not a druid.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
if anyone would
Oh,
know, it's you. If anyone
For
would
the-
know, it is you.
The plants, for the love of God, cast Druid craft. Don't ask
Is
me.
there a cantrip that literally tells you that?
Please, druidcraft. Yeah, hell yeah.
no,
All
no.
right, Bart.
Go
What's your
talk to them.
headcanon? What's a headcanon for Bart?
Down in the smithing area, just endlessly sharpening the blade.
Kind of
Just
lame. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Yuri, what's a headcanon?
I mean, wait. So you're sharpening the eternally sharp blade?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
You got a tradition.
Okay.
Some people are just anxious, okay?
What's your
Oh,
what's your
it's fine.
headcanon? You got
Some people are standing on the eve
Yuri,
of something they cannot escape from, Cove. All right.
think that I feel like he sleeps
yeah.
somewhere else around the house almost like differently every night.
just not in his bed. Bed is
Well,
always
not
made. It's
routinely,
like
not routinely.
Like a black cat?
Just like
Kinda?
outside, just in the garden, in the grass, something, or like on a couch, or maybe in his bed, or
In
on
the
the roof
garden?
one
everyone coming down for breakfast, and they just see Yuri fucking like in a hammock in the living room, just like, what's up, yo?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
up, gang?
He
What's
just,
up?
he just has a hammock he
sleeps-
moves
you
around
slept-
sometimes
You
to
slept down
wherever
here
he
today?
can go.
You slept down here today? Yeah, man. I didn't feel like going upstairs. Your room is. I just didn't feel like going.
I
in,
think
man.
it's I think it's a lot of just like the routine of sleeping in one place.
for sure.
It's like this
For
is
sure.
weird.
All right, gang. Well,
Your
we are
room
gonna
is
get
right. We can see your board.
started today. So, any last minute questions, comments, concerns before we do our roll call?
Can we do a headcanon every week? This is so fun. I
We
love
can.
scenarios.
Okay.
I love scenarios.
What do you do around the campfire? What's your favorite
What do you do on it? For
food?
sure. For sure. All right. I love headcanons in D&D because it's like stuff that we'll never get to, but it also helps you like think about your character, like flesh your character out, and
Fills
then
in that
sharing
empty
it is
gray
like, oh,
space of
yeah,
cool, you
exactly.
traveled, next
The
day you travel.
mundanity, yeah, it like fills in the mundanity of like humanity, which is neat. But if there's nothing else, we're gonna get started. You ready? I'll take that as a maybe. Chloris, you ready?
Indeed.
You peaked your mic, buddy.
Discovery, you ready?
Of course, I'm ready. Let's go.
Kurt, you ready?
Yes.
Marzena, you ready?
Absolutely.
Yuri, you ready?
Yes.
Alrighty, gang. Session 79. We're going to begin our session tonight. Following the events of last week, a few days have gone by in the keep. You all have gained a much-needed rest and reprieve following the events of the fire plane, both starting your journey through the fire plane and ending it here in the same spot, being whisked away by Cadmus, crossing the Obsidian Plains, heading to the city of Brass, and disposing of its false ruler. Although we left the city of Brass and the fire plane in a hurry, Kurt, you were able to understand your next steps. A mission that originated as a one filled with death and ending the life of this supposed rival of the second king, Valfumenos, you learn that your previous quarry is actually the rightful ruler of the Plane of Fire. Through your deal with Apollyon, you were able to see through the illusion of Zarkon. And from there, you all were able to dispose of him and place Cadmus as the temporary ruler, as the temporary second king, while you, Kurt, made a promise to find Valfumenos and bring him back to the Plane of Fire to restore the relationships that Zarkon has crippled between the other elemental planes. Fortunately for you, Kurt, you know exactly where he is. The rest of you, you all find your various resting. But before we begin today on the 26th day of First Flow, we're going to go back a bit before entering into the Plane of Fire. Chloris and Bartholdi, there's something that you two wish to run. We will say that you both find yourselves here in the keep. It's during that week of downtime, kind of setting the stage. You all have been rocked by a painful reality. You've seen the eternal light within 5-10 feet of you. You felt existence move apart for this creature, and you've seen its dominion and its power exerted on others. As it has left Ormond and left the current area, for as far as your understanding, reality hits you both like a truck. Bartholdi, you're finishing up a meal here, just kind of finishing up the side dishes that are being accompanied by the main dish. Everyone still kind of to their own devices. The kitchen space is an open kitchen. It's not a separate room that ties, it's just a area in this large room, almost like a sunroom, that ties into the living room. Chloris, you're in one of your favorite long rocking chairs, kind of knitting Pearl 1, Knit 2, and so on and so forth. As Bartholdi, you wipe the flames, the wood taking out from this stone oven. As the flames die out, small embers and gray coals and ash in the center as you kind of place the plates up. Not ready for dinner yet, letting the meat sit and rest for a good 15-20 minutes. What would you two like to do?
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm getting there.
Seem pretty shaken up.
I wake up.
Yeah. Seems like the stakes of whatever we were trying to do have just gotten a lot bigger.
I think I felt the hope leave me.
Seems like Zarek noticed.
I think he did.
It's okay to have moments of weakness. I think that was just a bad moment to have one. Not necessarily like it's bad that you had your moment, it was just the timing wasn't right.
It wasn't the best occasion. I'll give you that.
You know, if you don't want to fight Eos, you don't have to. It's your right to choose. If that's even what it comes to.
I want to fight him. I just want to be selfish.
You're good at that. Kisses her on the forehead.
She kisses him back, and then she takes his hands, her both hands, on his cheeks and be like, I'm gonna be very serious for probably the most appropriate time in my life.
Okay, I'm listening.
I don't want to die or perish. If you do not know this, I love you with my entire being. You know that, right?
I believe you. I feel the same way.
And I really want you to take this token as my proof that I'll stand with you when you fight Eoes. And even if you perish, I'll still love you until the last bloom of this tree has passed. And she points to the sakura tree she planted for Hawksley that she bought from Amazuchi.
You know, that tree might outlive all of us. They say those ones live a long time.
Yeah, they will.
I guess I just want to know that if you decide to go against Eos, you're doing it because you want to, not for my sake.
I'm not doing it for your sake. I'm doing it for humanity's sake. I came from a world where it was trivial. Mortals? I'm immortal now. I like humans. People. I love them. I wouldn't have fought Artorius if it hadn't been that I didn't love this kingdom.
I think the worst part of this whole thing is that they're all counting on us, and they don't know it. I mean, we've held the weight of a lot of people's lives on our shoulders when we fought in the rebellion, you know, even when we went to the Feywild. We're not nobodies. I don't like that you said that. I don't want to hear you say that ever again, to be honest.
It was just a dark time. I felt like I was just a leaf on the wind of many, and I was about to flutter away.
So what are you asking? Are you fluttering away, or are you going to stay?
Now I'll stand. I'll stand with Syrinx. With the Lunari guards? My guards? I forgot.
And don't give up on
I'll
our
stand
party
with them.
either, though. If something happens to me, they really need you.
I know. The last couple of days, I've been making sure that there's a stipend for everyone. And I
I'm
plan
talking
of
about in more than just material ways, my love.
Oh, no. I've made sure that I'll look after every one of them. If they even should choose to travel across plains, I'll fight them.
Well, then consider me reassured.
I also want you to have this ring as a promise. I'll be there. Even if you fight Vaxilin and die. After Eoes.
He'll pull out a ring of his own. And say, I've been holding this for a while. And he'll put it on her finger. This is a promise to live for you and for everyone else. Someone asked me to do that a long time ago. And I'm going to ask everyone after we get back from the fire plane if I've been doing that. Regardless of how it turns out.
I think you have to. And she just kisses him and puts a ring from...
Plus, if we get married without Mare's consent or, like, you know, officiation, she'll probably kill us both.
I know. I fully know. Just kisses him. And they have a magical night in Kajor.
Of course. On that note, you both kind of agree to many more future conversations together. And days later, you're summoned to the fire plane through Cadmus. After the harrowing events there, we return back to present time with a bit more experience under our belts and a bit more perspective. I will now push it to you all, once again, to everybody in the party. What do you all want to do here as you awake this early morning here in Ormond? It's very early, a bit before dawn. It's early morning for you all. Your natural circadian rhythms just kind of waking you all up, and then once one person wakes up, the domino effect happens until eventually you are all seeing each other, saying the mumblings and grumblings of morning, hellos, wiping your face with water, drenched cloth, grabbing a quick, albeit a bit stale from a few days ago, of cooking, of baking muffins, and grabbing your much needed coffee, water, taking in a breath of fresh air as you walk around the keep, do your morning rituals. What would you all like to do?
Do we have like like a thin chain or like a string anywhere? Like a thin chain.
Pretty vague. It's pretty vague, brother. What are you trying to do? I don't know what you're.
Like something that I get this tie around my neck, like a string or a thin chain.
Yeah.
Okay, I would grab that and head to my room.
Okay.
I'll probably be in there a while messing with that specifically.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let everyone else talk before I mention anything else.
For sure.
I'm going to be transparent. I do plan on talking to everyone one-on-one. So
I will also be
Marzena,
transparent. At some point, I'm going to pull everyone together.
Well, you better start now.
Well,
I'll
you
go
better
to
start
Cove.
now.
Who's the first?
Let me
Let's
get
do
stock.
Cove.
Let me get stock. Let me get stock.
Yeah.
So Marzena, you want to talk to everybody one-on-one.
Yeah.
Bart wants to pull everybody in. Anyone else
RP
want to do
session.
anything?
Or not Kurt, I'm sorry. Chloris and Bart could, in theory, be together, but doesn't really matter.
Sure, that's up to you when we decide to run that.
Yeah. Can I do some? I think Chloris will do some light shopping and probably
Okay.
pay Yuri a visit.
For sure. For shopping, you can just DM me what you want, and we'll do that through DMs to make it to expedite that. Cove, Kurt, Yuri.
Cove wants to talk to Kurt, definitely.
Okay.
And then depending on how
That
our
works.
relationship with Marzena and Kurt go, I'll talk to Yuri. Depending on how that goes.
Okay.
RP session.
Okay. All right, Kurt.
Kurt just specifically has something with Cove, which is handy
Right.
because that's already happening.
Sweet.
That's
And
it.
Yuri.
Gonna lounge around the house. I got nothing.
Cool. All right. We're gonna start with Marzena.
Okay.
Who do you want to go to first, Marzena?
I'll go to Cove first.
My plan is just to get her talking, and then she'll go on rounds, and then I'll break, and then she'll finish the rest as she comes back.
Exactly. Yeah, she'll like knock on Cove's door.
Come in. It's open.
She's gonna go give Cove a hug. I know it's been like a few days since the fire plane, but everything that happened keeps replaying in my head, and I was really worried about you back there, especially after what happened to Bart and Chloris. And just everything, and I know we've been fighting a lot and it's been tense between us, but I need you to know that I do care about you a lot, and I love you, and you're not allowed to die on me, okay?
Cove will kind of be silent for a second, and then he'll probably pull you back into the hug. It seems a little tighter than the one he would usually give you. And probably with your Gaga high passive perception, you realize that on his desk, you see the two broken pieces of the wand, and he's using the chain to like make like one end of it like a necklace, like a very crude, like obviously not a crafter, kind of like tying a knot around it. You all matter to me, and I don't plan on leaving this. I don't plan on leaving you all. I don't plan on leaving any of you here without me, and I don't plan on letting any of you else leave either. At least not anytime soon. I know we've been fighting, but it's just because of all the stuff that's happening. But I have your back at the end of the day, and I hope you have mine.
I will. I promise I will. And we're here for you, Cove. I know I've been nagging you a lot about trying to open up, but I don't know how I can help. Like, I know I fucked up a lot, but it's okay to let us in and help us take part of your burden. Like, just don't shut us out, okay?
Cove will like sit down on his bed. I know I probably haven't been dealing with my stuff in a healthy manner, but it feels like that it's the better decision than just to wallow. After everything that's happened, it seems that grief is a not only a luxury but a danger that I'm not sure I can allow myself. It's how do I explain this?
I think you and I are a bit of opposites, Discovery. I feel like I'm drowning in grief over things that haven't died yet.
Guess that also sounds a bit dangerous if I'm being honest. I think I just have been thinking that it's better if I avoid it. But I know they died. I know you all might die. We're going against something that's beyond what anybody's ever seen. But if I focus on that, it's all I'll become. Do you remember back in the desert where we talked to that illusion that Saga sent at us?
Yeah. I do.
That's the second time I've seen him face to face. And the first time I wasn't sure what I was looking at. But I caught it the second time. When I looked in Saga eyes, I didn't see someone angry. I didn't see someone that just wanted to kill everybody. I saw someone drowned. He let his grief become who he was.
So
When
bottling it up isn't gonna help. You need to let it out.
But if I let it out, what if that's all that ever comes out again?
It comes in waves.
I
It's
saw
gonna
what I
find
could.
you again.
I saw what I could become with that grief. A version of me became a monster.
I'll take Cove's hands. Cove, I won't let you become that version of yourself, and I know you won't either. You don't want to, and so you won't. It's okay to grieve, and I think it's been long overdue.
I'm not sure what would happen. I think that a part of me hopes that one day I could bring them back. But every passing day, it feels like even if I find a way, they wouldn't want to come back.
Discovery. I don't think you should bring them back with, at least with Maliki. Like, his soul wasn't willing. You need to let them rest, and I think you need to let yourself rest too and be at peace. I'm not saying forget them, but you need to let go to a certain extent.
I don't think I've been at peace for such a long time. Hell, I learned magic to one day find them, and what's the point of knowing all of this if they're gone? All this Knowledge is supposed to be a tool to do impossible things, but what's the point if that impossible thing isn't possible anymore? What's the point of all this? And I'll motion to the writings and books on his desk. What's the point of these hours of study? What's the point of going and risking my life if the people I cared about most aren't here? If the reason I've done it doesn't matter anymore?
Discovery, it does matter. How many people have you saved from your magic? Hundreds, thousands. I mean, look at freaking Prince of Rios and everything you've done. You've saved Bartholdi and Chloris and Kurt and Yuri and not countless of times. You saved us back there in the fire plane with your, like, wall of fort. Like, you can't bring back what has died, but you can still fight for what's living.
That might be the only reason why I'm still going. You are the closest thing I've had to family in over 10 years. More, that I've been able to see for more than a few days. Maybe one reason why I don't want to accept Maliki's death is I'm afraid to get used to it. There's more people leaving.
Well, he still lives on through you. You know that.
Lives on through the memories, but
Cherish those memories.
Memories of one conversation, memories from so long ago, they've basically faded. Do you know it? I can barely remember my father's face.
With him?
I didn't hear you.
Sorry, but do you remember the feeling of being with him?
Yes.
And that's what matters. And it's part of the joy of being alive. You get to create new memories to cherish. If you focus too much on the past, you can't focus on the now.
That's what I've been trying to tell myself. What's the point in grieving if it's already in the past? Let it be forgotten or stored away. Guessing this been getting harder and harder just to look for the future. He's gonna. Are you sitting next to him?
Oh, yeah.
He's going to pull you into another hug. For once, probably the few times in Mare's life, you feel your own shoulder getting wet instead of the person that you're hugging.
Oh. Things are going to be tough right now, and I know they're going to get harder, but we can't give up. Like, we have to have hope. Hope keeps us going. I have full faith in you. Some of us are probably going to die, and it's going to be rough, but we have to keep going, and it will be okay. And just know that I love you a lot, okay?
I love you too, Marzena.
We'll spend the morning and afternoon with Cove until he stops crying.
Marzena, who do you go to next?
I'm actually crying, by the way.
I know,
It
hurts.
sweet.
Oh my gosh, Era, that hurt so bad. I loved it.
That's the reason why he hasn't been grieving. He's too scared to.
Yeah, I know.
Marzena, who do you go to next?
Oh my gosh, let's do Chloris and Bartholdi.
Okay.
I'm actually crying.
Chloris and Bart, where does Marzena find you all in the keep this afternoon?
I'm not sure. Let's see. Kitchen would be a good spot. I don't think so. Not right now for Bartholdi. Probably out in the garden.
Okay. Marzena, you kind of walk in on Chloris and Bartholdi. Bartholdi's good at a lot of things. Gardening isn't really one of them. Doesn't really have a green thumb. You see him kind of like, what the fuck is? And Chloris is, no, dear, like this. That's not how you're gonna break. Okay. They're kind of parting a piece of soil and planting it in. They kind of see both Chloris and Bartholdi. They see you both see Chloris or see Marzena. Names. Marzena approach a
Sorry,
bit
dude.
sheepishly. What would you three like to do?
Are you
I'm
all
gonna
right?
give Chloris some flowers that I bought previously. um,
Thanks.
Dad.
What's up, kiddo?
And then she's going to start crying.
All right. Well, hey, easy. All right.
Oh,
He'll just pick her up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on? You're
Ow, and
okay.
that's great. Um, I'm sorry, you guys. I
It's not your fault.
feel like it is. I feel like things could have gone differently, and I know you're here now, and that's really good, but you still died, and I can't really unsee it. And it's really scary.
And just pull her in really close and just kind of squish her. Stop talking like that. It's okay. I'm here right now. Chloris is here with you right now too.
Y'all are always there for me, and it's really scary to think about when you're not going to be there for me. Because what if we die, which is like pretty likely, and just I don't know what to do. I just want to let you guys know that I loved you. I love you, not love. I misspoke. I love you still very much, very much. You're not dead. Please don't die. Also, as you said that death word on Bartholdi.
All right, we've got to stop this. This has got to stop.
I'm just gonna ruffle here. We're okay. We're fine.
I can't promise that I'm always going to be here, but no matter what happens, I'll always be proud of you and love you the same. So don't beat yourself up so much about the things that sometimes are just realistically beyond even your control.
I know, it's just I can heal you guys. That's what I'm good at. I can do that, and I can't do that if you guys die. I don't know. It's just it was too close. I don't know how else to say. Like I don't know how we made it out of there. It was we should have died.
It's not the first time we should have died. Probably
It's
won't
just
be the last time we're gonna should have died, hopefully. If we pull this off, I mean, it's definitely the biggest should have died ever, I'm sure.
yeah.
Or it will be. If that's how we're thinking about this. Right?
Yeah. I just everywhere I look, I see you guys dead. Like in the reflection of the water, I see the ripples go back, and it's us in the fire plane, and it's your dead bodies, and it don't like it. And I know you're here now, but it doesn't feel like that sometimes, and it's scary. And
I don't know how to prove to you that I'm alive, that I'm real, and that, you know, it's gonna be okay.
maybe today, but what about tomorrow? And I literally just had a conversation with Discovery about letting things go, and it's just I can't let this go, and just I feel like a hypocrite, but
That's your
I
strength.
don't
You're
know.
there for others and don't consider yourself. It's kind of a double-edged sword, huh?
I do like swords.
You have a new one.
I know, so I really like it. We should spar later. I'm gonna go check on Kurt now, but I love you guys. Chloris, the flowers are for you. Please don't die.
Just try not to
Yeah,
dwell on
me
it too
too,
long,
kiddo.
okay?
Feels so weird. Too much roleplay for me, huh?
I'm just gonna give Marcina a
Okay.
hug.
We love you. It's okay. You're okay.
Water heater.
It's just
Just-
you put your hand into her hair and it's just drenched, and then you sprinkle it onto the flowers.
Oh, that's
Do
also
you need a
helpful.
watering can? Got you.
Yeah, she just dips her hair on the water again and it fills up. That's freaking wild.
Marzena, you make your way to Kurt. Kurt, where does Marzena find you?
This is
He's probably I think he's just in his room. I think he hasn't been out that much since you got back.
knock, knock, knockity, knock, knock. Hey, Kurt.
Hey Mare, you can come in.
So, the fire plane was a lot. I don't think you're okay,
was.
but I'm gonna give you the honor of asking, are you okay?
I'm getting through it. Wouldn't say great, but some good has happened, I guess. I can't say it's all bad. What specifically are you asking?
I just know it can be a lot. I would assume it'd be a lot going back to like your home and then like seeing this guy that you thought was like your king and then he's not your king and then he's attacking you and then I know you and Chloris had your little adventure and I don't really know what went on there, but a lot happened very quickly, very fast, and I just want to make sure you're okay. I'm worried about you. You haven't been out a lot.
Thank you. I'm conflicted about a lot of things. I think I have a lot to think about. Just said he was my king, but it was kind of more than that. I don't know. It's very complicated. And I don't know, as soon as I was, as much as we were unsure about why we were coming there, I was confident. There was something there. I was still a bit worried, but as soon as I saw the man, something was wrong, and I just the look, what happened there. I don't know, a lot to process. A lot has happened. I appreciate you coming to check up on me, though.
Yeah, of course. You don't have to deal with this on your own, and like, if you want to talk more, I'm here to listen. Yeah.
Once I find the words, I might take you up on that. Moment, I'm not too sure.
Okay. If you want to spar
Definitely
later,
is.
let me know.
I do like to spar.
I got a cool sword now. It's pretty. I'd like to spar later.
It is a very
I don't
cool
know how to
sword.
use it still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think I owe the others, well, you included, a bit more of an explanation. I feel like you all have done a lot for me, and you maybe didn't know why you were doing it. And I'll probably have a conversation with everyone.
I think
I
that'd be
think.
nice.
I
I
think.
trust you, Kurt. I'd do it again. But context is great. I do love context.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna let you go now. You know where to find me.
Thank you.
Okay. And last but not least, do you say anything to Yuri?
It's Yuri.
Yuri, where can Marzena find you around the grounds?
I think that he was talking to everybody in one day, probably later in the day, probably having like a post-dinner nap out in a hammock in the back.
The sun is kind of setting. You just see one kind of booted leg off the hammock, kind of arms behind the head, tied between two trees planted outside. light little snot bubble
Ew.
up there. It pops as you make your way.
I don't
Very
consent to
useful.
this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Can I do for you?
A few things. Are you okay?
I'm as good as I can be, considering, I suppose.
That's fair. I mean, fair enough. You don't have to talk to me about this, but I do think you should talk to like at least Chloris or like Kurt or Cove or someone else about it. But when Chloris died, you said that you don't belong with us, and I was wondering like what you meant by that. That you don't belong in the remains. Insight check.
Anything.
I don't care. Body language, vibes.
Dasha's never allowed to play another high insight character ever, dude.
I forgot to add my modifier out of fear and excitement, but that's a 7 plus 15.
That was almost really good for me.
Oh, brother.
I'm always gonna roll against it because it is possible.
But got to. It is. It is.
I think he looks a bit guilty. Yeah, just a little guilty. That's a complicated question. To be fair, I'm not really sure that I want to try and put in words right now.
That's very understandable. No, I get that, especially with my prior actions against you and stuff.
Not because it's you, just in general.
This is an insight check for Dasha because what the fuck does that mean? I don't know. Is it just like walls? Don't want to put down the walls? Takes a lot of effort to put up the walls and to like crack them? That's rough. Maybe 5. What does that mean? I'm stupid.
You don't get to add Marzena's modifier to a Dasha insight check, you fuck.
Marzena would know what's happening. Dasha wouldn't.
But does Dasha have a plus 15? No.
No, Dasha has like a -8.
A -8? Damn, that's mean.
Cool, so you got a 2.
Well, what's the opposite of proficient?
Bartholdian gardening.
Give me some grace. What does that mean?
It's not because you're asking. If that's what you're concerned about.
I mean, no, it's more I'm just concerned about you, and I hope you know we care about you.
You don't need to be concerned.
Yeah, you say that, but like, you know I still will.
I have this disease, and it's shit.
Bless you, you're fine.
No, I can't stop you. But
From doing what?
It'd be easier if you didn't.
Easier if I didn't do what? Ask?
Worry.
If you don't want, you can always just tell me like, Marzena, I don't want to answer this question, which like you kind of did, so like, yeah. Yeah. Okay, I don't know. I'm here if you want to talk, and I don't think you want to, but I was just lecturing Cove how it's not good to hold things in, which is, again, hypocritical of me with like the whole Sparrow deal, but you got this. I super believe in you.
Thank you. No, I'm fine, to answer your question.
Awkward, but I care about you, Yuri. Waddle away.
And she waddled away, did waddle, 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 to the very.
What the fuck does that mean? Can I have like an insight check over the overall conversation?
No,
I'm confused.
No, you've had enough insight checks. That is a tool, and you abuse it. So no.
That's stupid.
Boris, you finish your shopping. You're coming back to the manor. You kind of put everything up. You organize all of your gotten gains. You said you wanted to find Yuri.
Mhm.
We'll say this is over the course of a couple of days, so this can be whenever time of day you want, or wherever you guys want.
It would. I want to be because Yuri. I think Yuri's. He goes to bed late, if I understand it right. So I kind of want to, in like midnight, because I don't need sleep. I want to go to Yuri. Yeah, wherever I find him.
For sure, even though it is, coming into springtime, it's still cool at night. You can feel the goosebumps under your skin start to peek their way out as you guys come into this crisp, cool evening air. You're kind of out, whether just pacing in the gardens, not really settling in for the bed at night. Chloris, you do approach, kind of dressed down a bit. What do you two do?
You alright? There?
I'm fine. Is everyone doing quality of life checks on everyone else? Is that?
No, I'm actually here to bring you some gifts. To be fair.
Okay.
I think we need it. If you're willing to fight with us.
You say that one more time for me? I'm sorry. I tried to decipher that and I wasn't able to do it.
If you're willing to fight with us still.
Yeah. Of course.
You get a portion of Supreme healing.
Oh, I'll take it.
You get a cap of water breathing. A candle of the deep. And a miniature ship in a bottle.
Thank you, but why?
I feel like this belongs to you. I pull up the whistle. Why?
No. That is for you. I'm not gonna ever use it. I am the keeper of too many relics of ancient power. So, let's disseminate some of it.
How are you feeling about the first queen?
I have no idea. I don't know what it is. I don't know where they are. I don't know if I want to get answers or what that answer would be or how to get those answers. I have kind of come to the realization that I would like to know what happened to the ship I served on before I got ripped overboard. I've gone a couple of years of willful ignorance. Dying puts things in perspective.
It does, doesn't it?
But so I think I'd like to at least know what happened, considering my captain, he kind of saved me from the headman's block and took care of me. And to be honest, I was supposed to be a slave soldier and rowing oars for the rest of my life, and I got way better of a deal than that. So
Yeah.
be interesting to check in. But if we're gonna go to the Empire, I suppose I could ask the Emperor, considering in an official capacity, I still am one of his military personnel. I'm sure he recognized that in some level. Obviously he doesn't know me, but
Yeah.
that'd be interesting.
Just know that I could take you to the capital anytime.
Well, I'm sure we're gonna end up there. We're supposed to, at least.
Yeah.
We just haven't had the moment to really ask him, considering the state in which we met him last.
I just want you to know that if you need someone if we still live, I'm willing to help you with your endeavors.
Thank you. But if I am still alive at the end of everything, I think I'm going to probably spend the next 5 years on a boat.
That's fair. I'll visit you.
I'll be honest, this staying in one place is odd.
Not suited for you.
No, it's nice, but after like the second day, I get really, really antsy, and I don't really know what to do.
Do you trust me? Do you want to go on a little adventure while everyone's sleeping?
Is this the kind that we're gonna get in trouble for?
No, it's just fun.
Damn.
I wish.
Sure, anyway.
I wish. I don't know what we could go in trouble to here right now.
Oh, it wouldn't be that hard.
Maybe later on.
But better not.
After.
Considering that in the last week, you've died twice. I've died once.
That's true. That's true.
Let's keep it light.
I just think we should I think you should experience what it is, how it feels flying. So I want to turn us to two giant,
You should have known, brother.
beautiful falcons.
You should have known, brother.
And I want to fly over the seas.
Begrudgingly follow.
It's a gross thing, Yuri. It's like the water's right there, but it's not. And you're holding on tighter than you'd like to admit. But it's like, fuck this. You can technically fly with your sorcerer ability, but it's like, no, my feet, this isn't wood, this isn't dirt. I don't have, why are my ankles floating? I'm weightless. I don't like it. The second Chloris lands down, kind of this thick mass of hairs, kind of static and shot up under the tricorn, kind of the bangles and all of the coat arms are uneven and kind of lacking their typical naval-esque prim and properisms. You kind of get off, losing your balance slightly, regaining your ground legs as you dust off, put the beard down, put the hair down, and kind of do a quick little like dog shake to get your bearings.
And after we land, I'm sorry,
I feel so oily.
That's Let's go drink. Let's go.
Yeah. I need to kill my sense of smell.
Yes.
It'll take a lot of drinking to do that.
Yes, it will. So we're just gonna have a drink at a harbor, I guess.
Absolutely.
Like shanty thing.
Within this time frame as well, Cove and Kurt, you two want to do something. As Chloris and Yuri, you enjoy your late night drinks, kind of talking into the early dawn before making your way back to the keep and falling asleep, waking up way too later in the day. Kurt and Cove, what would you two gentlemen like to do?
So because we want to talk to each other, do you want to like meet in the middle? Like we want to go talk to each other. We ran into each other. I can't.
Oh,
Can't
sure.
hear
Oh, yeah, I have my mic rebound. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
All right. So Clove's coming to meet you.
Oh, Discovery. Do you have a moment?
Actually, yes. I was coming to speak with you as well.
Oh, okay. Whose room? We'll go into mine. I know yours is a mess.
Fair enough. And then before we even begin to walk, you see Sam and we're there. I did mention doors into your room real quick.
That was unnecessary. Thank you.
I know, but I gotta have fun with it sometimes.
Yeah, that's fine. What's up?
So the fireplane. That was a wild ride, to put it lightly.
Yes. Yes, it was. I appreciate there was some quick decision making there, and that really. Ooh, yeah, that was a lot. Yeah. Is something bugging you?
Well, besides for some mistakes were made when we were there, but live and learn. It's more of before we made our departure, you went to go speak with Cadmus. I'm assuming there's something you need to tell us about that conversation.
Oh, absolutely. There's a bit that I need to speak to everyone about, honestly. There's some pieces there, and they're not all there, but I feel like, yeah, maybe it's best said in front of everyone. Anyway, yes, I do very much intend on doing that.
And it seems you are coming to me as well. So, is something you wish to tell me?
Oh, yeah. Might be nothing. You guys, I joined you guys. You had already done a few things before I came to you, and you kind of gave me a rundown of it. Something. So, when I went off with Chloris, we met up with Cadmus, and he led me down into basically there were some ruins that described what Zarkon was. He was a void elemental. He was taking the form of the second king, but he had ambitions for more for all of the elemental planes. There was something interesting that stood out to me while I was reading that.
Wait,
something that I've
it's
heard
not notebook.
before. I've heard it before, and I have no idea where. I think you might have said it before. It said the four corners of the material plane. These words have been said to me before, but I have no idea why I recognize them. You got anything? You're the brains, right?
You can visibly almost like see the clock ticking. And then in the notebook he took out, like while you were speaking, you see him just turn back a few pages real quick. Maybe. A while ago, we Well, before knowing what Tinelbrai was, we found something of theirs. We thought it was like a recipe, but we're not quite sure if that's still what it is. One of the things mentioned the four corners. Let me see. Okay, I'm just trying to find my notes real quick on the list. Yeah, if you can send it to me again, Ryan, I'd appreciate it because I know you have it.
Ow.
Shh, man. Shh.
Ouch.
So he's looking at it. The four kings and queens who rule the corners. That was one of the things.
Right. That seems interesting. I don't know. I just brought it to you because the wording seemed like, I don't know, where have I heard that before? You know? Maybe there's more
No,
to it,
not
maybe there isn't.
now that you bring it up, it seems a little on the nose. This might be more than what we thought it was.
Could be something. Could be nothing. But
He's kind
that's
of
why I
looking
brought it
at
to
the
you.
list now, and you see him like crossing things out, filling them in.
If it's something important, then maybe we should take it to everyone. But that's why I brought it to you first.
I appreciate it. This is definitely something we need to bring with the group. I know you and Yuri might not be filled in on this, but this is something that's been in the back of our minds for a while. And now it's beginning to make a little bit more sense. Not in the way I would like. Kind of looks at the last line. No. Not in the way I would like it, though. Well, I have to admit, at least conversations with you are never boring.
It's that's what I aim for, I guess.
You know you're here for more than that. You might have got us in a little bit of a tight situation in the fire plane, but you are one of us. Don't let anyone tell you different, not even yourself.
I do honestly appreciate that discovery.
Kind of puts his hand on your shoulder, the light bit of like a little bit of awkwardness.
He goes in and does the, like, you know, the, like, you lock forearms and you bring each other in. Yeah.
It's very clear that he not didn't expect it. You might have heard him just a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go see if I can talk with everybody else. There's a few more things I need to go over, but thank you for bringing this to my attention. And again, oh, you'll say that when we're all together. All right. Well, I'll look at this. Very clear. He does not end the conversation. Bye.
Oh, yeah.
Teleport on.
Okay. Before everyone meets, is there anything else that anyone wants to do individually before all six of you meet? Yeah, of course.
I just wanna ask Cove about something.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, and I was gonna say I want to talk to Chloris and Bartholdi, so I guess Chloris will this
Oh,
one
absolutely. Absolutely.
first. So do you come to his room or do you catch him mid teleport? Like,
I think I come in early morning, just waking up, kicking the door, being like, wake up.
DM, what do you say this is after the Marzena conversation?
Yes, these are happening chronologically, unless anyone is vehemently opposed to that.
Okay.
Just kind of within a span of 3 to 5 days.
If you just walk into his room, Usually his room's pretty messy as it is. It looks like a small tornado has gone through here. Some things are even like fully knocked down and broken. Like someone threw a tantrum. In fact, the Havoclo's covers aren't even on the bed, but he's sleeping on the bed at the moment. If you come right in the morning.
Are you there?
What? Oh, good
Come
morning.
on. Let's go in the patio. I have some tea. We have some stuff to discuss.
He gets up. His hair, which is usually down, is and you see him just kind of do this and presentation. He kind of slowly goes back down again. He walks over to you. Some morning tea sounds nice, actually.
We should, in case I die, I don't want to die ever again. I plan on living forever and ever and until the end of time. Just so you know.
As a mortal, that will be.
Yeah, sure. That's. I want you to be taken care of. I'm worried about you. You spend your money like it's growing on trees, and it's not.
It is very expensive to be a wizard. I need to literally purchase my spells.
Okay. Look at me. You have a stipend. Okay? We will not hear it. Don't willy spend it. Here's 5,000 gold. Oh, shut up.
But I don't need 5,000 gold right now.
Here. Just take it.
Are you giving me an allowance?
Yes.
What is this?
I am. I
am
have
not
a business. You're like my child. Just accept it.
Well, I can't just accept. Is there anything I can do for you in return? I feel kind of bad just taking money.
Yes, there is actually something you could do in return. As you ask, there was a great thing. I want you to give me a gift. It could be anything.
Want me to get you a gift?
A small one. From the heart.
A small one from the heart.
Yes.
Okay. I can work on that. Again, like I can manage my own money. You don't need to give me an allowance. I'm not the child. You're the DM. You're not physically here.
He's always here. What do you mean?
I say this with the utmost respect, and you saved everyone. So can you just appreciate that I'm giving you something that I really want to keep?
All right. I guess if you insist, and I will make sure the gift I give you in return, at least for you, will be worth as much as this. At least I can attempt to.
Great. I just give him a hug. And also, can I have a sending?
Of course. And also, when you give him the hug, it's a little tight. Like it starts with a normal hug, and then you kind of like a hug you give to somebody that you thought you wouldn't see again.
I cast animal friendship on Cove so we can have it.
It won't help.
Just for a little bit, for an hour. If
We've tried this. We've tried it. The dice god said no.
It don't work. Don't work.
If anything, AJ, if you want to make me what, as Ryan calls it, deep proficient in my handling check, I would call it on theme and not argue.
That's fine.
And Chloris, I just want you to know, I'm happy you're still here.
I'm happy I'm here to watch over you.
Okay.
I love you, goddammit, and I'm walking away.
Cole
Child.
kind of chuckles, and he kind of like turns and like looks out the window. He sees a squirrel, and the squirrel sees him, and he kind of makes a face and it runs away. The spell does not help, and he goes into what he was.
Okay. Anyone
Sorry, I'm walking
else
in my
before
own
we
bit.
call it a night and then meet up with all 6 of our remains around the common room? Anyone else?
I want to talk to Yuri and Balthaldi.
Okay. At the same time or individually?
Individually.
Okay, who do you go to
I'm
first?
sorry, I know you're trying to get us going because of RP
You're good.
today.
You're good.
I would love to see who I go for first.
Just pick one, brother. Pick one. Just pick one, brother. Just pick. Just pick one.
Balthaldi.
Cool.
Pick Balthaldi. I guess I'll find you in the kitchen.
Nope. No one will.
Nope.
Everyone probably has at this point at least once been in there,
Where
and
do
he
we
hasn't
find
been in there.
Bartholdi?
He's probably out in the training yard.
Okay.
Cole will walk in after probably checking a few places. Balthaldi, you in here?
Hey, Cove. Whew.
You alright?
Spent too much time cooking lately. What's up? What do you need?
I just wanted to see how you're.
I feel okay.
That's
For the most part, you
that's
know.
good to hear.
It's been I mean, dying never feels good. It's been a while. I've died a couple times, but like, man, every time you die, it's like a new experience, you know.
Yeah, I don't think we were meant to die and come back so often. But
It's true.
guess that's the life of an adventurer, huh?
It's the life of someone who fights for those they care about. That's what I think.
Yeah. I just I guess I just want to say I'm happy you're still here. It's it'd be hard if you weren't.
He kind of grabs your shoulder, pulls you in, and hugs you. I'm not going anywhere. Not until I know you're all safe, at least. Or until something finally puts me down for good, I guess.
Don't say that. I won't.
I don't intend
As
to
long
let it
as this
happen. That's why I'm training again.
seems we've all put ourselves on such a dangerous path.
It's true. That is very true. But I've steeled myself for it, and I couldn't walk away even if I wanted to.
Well, technically, if we all wanted to just walk away, we could. I don't think anybody here has the thought of doing that. Now it's so much on the line.
Well,
But
that makes
I
things
don't want you
easy.
to feel like this is a path you have to walk. Anybody should walk a path that they choose themselves.
Well, I choose this.
Then think of it as such.
That is
You
how
will
I
feel
think of it.
good. I don't want you to feel burdened by responsibility you didn't choose.
The
It's
only
way
responsibilities I've chosen are all of you. And you're not a burden.
I know. Neither are you. Pulls you into a hug. It's probably not tight for you, Mr. 6'7", but hugging you as tight as he could.
Oh, getting stronger. Still a little sensitive after that last fight.
Well, I appreciate you don't have to lie to me. I know my physical attribute isn't my strong suit. But if you need somebody to spar with, you can spar with me. I can at least give it my best go. Who knows? I might surprise you.
I think you always surprise me, Discover.
Okay.
And was it
Kind of breaking off from board. Oh.
And as Cove leaves, he'll go, oh, by the way, here. And he'll summon the construct so that he has someone to spar with for a little bit until he destroys it.
I am gonna
get about, like,
fucking destroy that construct.
Maybe about 30 feet until you feel the spell drop. I was like, is it worth going? Nah, it's not even. Okay, cool.
I hear the sound of a smite go off and stone
I
shattering.
know, right? Honestly. All right, Yuri, where do we find you about midday in the afternoon? Early afternoon.
I think that I've just picked a spot, like in the living room, where I have naval charts out to see the routes that the ship is taking currently, and then same naval charts that have the little marks with the cascading maelstrom.
You got it. You got it. Absolutely. Kind of looking at it, it does bring you some solace knowing that the ship is up here from their route from the Isles of Lunas to Fragaria, the cascading maelstrom here. So they're missing it by a wide berth. all things consistent.
Good.
Then I guess when I walk in, I'll just, before I say anything, look at the map. With using my knowledge of map making tools, because I am proficient, and what I know of like the ship's speed, can I determine where it should be right now?
So where it should be right now, it's been about 2 weeks since you left it in the Isles of Lunas. You don't know exactly how long repairs were gonna be. It was in a time frame of either 5 days to 12, 14 days. So assuming best case scenario, that Orpheus was able to convince them to get the ship going ASAP, they should be landing in the capital of Fragaria maybe in a couple days.
Then
let me actually roll for Orpheus right now, actually. Let me see what he gets. Let's just roll a general charisma for Orpheus. He has a... Let me pull up his... He has a +6 to his charisma modifier, so we'll just go ahead and just roll.
Oh, got a 22?
Not 18. 24. Yeah. Yeah, we'll say that the ship leaves pretty early on in the repairing process, so they should be arriving to the capital Fragaria maybe in a couple days.
Then kind of looking at the map while Yuri is at it, if it looks like you're trying to figure out where the ship is yourself, Cove will just like kind of tap 2 spots. Somewhere in between me here to be where the ship is.
Oh, I got that. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
I was charting to the Empire. But thank you.
Just trying to help.
Also proficient.
Sorry about that, then. You guys make it so easy for Cove to just be awkward. Thank you, I guess. So,
before you.
No problem. I just wanted to speak with you for a little bit, if that's all right. Although if you're busy, I can come back another time.
No. What do you need?
I just want to know... There are some things you said and done before that I want to make sure that if you want to be here, well, it's great having you here, but I don't want you to feel forced.
This really isn't the wellness check that everyone's running through. I think you can rest assured if I didn't want to be here, I wouldn't be.
To be fair, it does sound like you. If you didn't want to be here, you'd just leave.
I don't think it'd be as impersonal as just leave, but...
Well, I know. You know what I meant.
She won't let me put her down.
I don't think it's as much. Is this with what I said in the fireplane? Is that what this is coming from?
I'm going to be completely honest. I think I was a little preoccupied to realize exactly what you said. A little distracted, but
Fair.
I know you said something that was concerning.
I don't think that you all need to worry about me leaving. I can say that I am here for different reasons than you.
That's fair. I
And
know you have your own specific goals, and I'll look at the map, kind of like where you're marking the Maelstrom.
No, I wouldn't even say it's a goal. It's just a looming question. Would it be nice to have answers? Sure. But to be honest, it's already happened. There's not much that clarification can really do other than just take some questions I had and solve them.
I know, and just know you can ask me or anybody in the group. If you need help finding the answers to the questions, we'll be there to help you. But one word of advice. Some questions have answers better off not knowing.
Speaking
I say this with experience.
Like what?
Well, for a long time I wanted to know why my family was targeted, and let's just say, now that I know, I wish I didn't. Sometimes knowing the answer makes it more personal, and that's not always a good thing. Sometimes it's easier to think it was a random accident. But your questions are yours to decide if you want answers for them or not.
To be fair, they can't really be answered right now.
True. Just, if we get to the point where they can be answered, be prepared. You might not like what you hear.
In the future, I'll probably ask some questions to try and get some answers, but I think that's more of a responsibility-based thing than any personal curiosity. And frankly,
that's fair.
If the answer that comes is bad, then that's what it is. I'm very careful about what I do. I'm not gonna do
That's
something
fair.
I regret.
You're probably the most careful of all of us.
I
do have one question.
I am. At least in my personal, not safety necessarily, but I don't regret anything I've ever done that I can remember.
That kind of like crash runs through Co's mind when you say that. Just for himself. I do have one question for you though. Before we came back to before we went on the journey to collect the items, we talked to a very angry woman on our boat who seemed to know you specifically. And then
Actually, she didn't.
Very well. But she seemed to be talking about somebody you knew with a bit of hatred. Do you want to share that?
That's an easy one. She hates my old boss. My days in the days in the Empire, working the streets, as it were. I wasn't the head of our little group. But it seemed that she had crossed paths with Alara, being my old Guildmaster, I guess you would say. And
All right.
that's really the extent.
And
They hate a person I knew.
All right, and it seemed that you seemed reluctant when they threatened their life. Is this someone we would want to save, or someone that we want to avoid?
I couldn't tell you. Am I frozen for everyone else?
No.
Just everyone's frozen for me.
All right, yeah.
Alara is apparently she is with the Entente, which is not friendly with me, for sure. So probably best to avoid just en masse, but her specifically, it's a toss. I couldn't say. I have personal history with her, yes, but that doesn't really mean that she's someone to be protected. Didn't exactly part on good terms, so.
All right. Just making sure this person doesn't drop out of nowhere and tries to say some things that might not be true.
Look, Andromeda, as far as I care, she's a nobody who's just pissed off. Because, I mean, granted, bad things happen to her, but I'm not gonna really give a shit.
All right.
Because we're honestly just doing her the favor of bringing her along.
All right, just be careful. Some people who are that much enraged can do irrational things. So just keep an eye on her when we
If she
get back there.
becomes irrational, I will take care of it.
Fair enough. Now, do you need some help with the map? I like to assist if I can.
I think I'm done for now, to be honest. I'm just trying to make sure that the ship will try and avoid as much of this shit whenever we actually start turning towards the Empire. Which I don't think is entirely possible, but we can try and avoid the bulk of it.
Yeah, I have a feeling that us being on this ship might call to it.
Whatever the hell it is.
Well, here's to a fun journey.
Something like that.
Something indeed.
Okay.
Pat you on the shoulder as I walk off.
Can I do the summoning?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would.
I'm gonna reset my Discord real quick.
I'm sending it to Orpheus.
Okay. Yeah.
I've typed it all out already for
sure.
25 euros. This is Captain Chloris checking in with you, Orpheus. All well? We might rejoin shortly, maybe. Please look at a nearby tree. Love and hugs.
Right. All's well on the seas now. Got caught in a storm. Not too bad. Reach land in 4 days' time.
All right.
Okay.
I want to cast Scrying on Orpheus in 4 days.
Okay, for sure. All right. Well, before we get to that, as you all kind of make your way to bed this evening, I feel really bad because it was very cute, and the conversation I was just having, this was prepped beforehand, so I apologize. Yuri. It's fitting that that conversation was long. Yuri, you've dreamed before.
Yes.
You understand the idea of an out-of-body experience. What you have not experienced, however, is a scrying spell or something that's akin to that type of spell. Because as sleep takes you to night, you don't slip into that comforting oblivion given to you by Hypnos. more of like your vision is shifted to a familiar cavern. It's a dark cave. Uh, there's water surrounding a small obelisk that sticks out of the dark black water. But instead of the previous sight of a woman with blue, almost water-made skin on the ground, she's tied up by these black inky tendrils. Four, two on her wrists holding her up, and two on her ankles holding her down. It's threatening to split her torso in half. You can see, even from this distance, the tautness of the cords holding her. Her head is down, and hair not dissimilar to Marzena is covering her face. You see just darkness. The only light is coming from this woman, but there is a figure with 6 golden orbs pivoting and moving in different directions. There's no sound that you get initially. You just hear, "Is this your vessel?" Out of a ragged breath, Yuri, you catch. Stop it. You didn't choose anything. You found a futile mortal in my clutches and chose to save him to fight me. You put your faith in a spineless mortal who uses your power for his own gain. He's left you alone. I've brought him here to see. Did you think you would keep her away from me? Stop. Leave him out of this. It's me you want. Do you think I'm a fool? I know what you've done. No. You've placed Bellis's chain inside of him to keep him away. You weren't trying to save anyone. You're just as bad as I am. You damned a poor soul rather than let him die, and you did it all to curse me. And now his bloods will be on your hands. Because when I am done ripping your skin from your bones, when I am done engorging on your organs, I will find your little flesh safe, and I will tear him limb from limb too. And then once the steel binding me is unlocked, I will come for that scrap of Bellis inside him, and I will have my revenge. You might keep me contained here for now, my dear. But I'll get out soon enough. The eyes turn to you, Yuri, and you see that it's a 3-headed creature sticking out from the water. Blackened water slams against this woman. It's a weird thing seeing someone get waterboarded vertically. As she's choking on the water being held up, water from behind her pushing her forward as another black wave of onyx hits her in the face, choking this woman as she gags. You see bile and this black water come from her nostrils and her mouth as she's even in a worse state than you previously saw. But the heads move closer to this sensor that you're looking through. Oh. You should have died that day, and I wish you had, because I take no joy in what I have to do to you, boy. I take no joy in the sorry state I will leave you in. Rest for now. But I will find you. And when I do, waiting for you. And so is she. But it doesn't seem she has much time left. As another wave comes towards the fencer, washing it out and leaving you in darkness. As the vision fades and you wake up not in a start, not in a sweat, just in a calmness that overwatches you. The eyes flutter open, arms on the chest, kind of stretching your elbows from their slanted position for the night. Your feet touches the ground and you go about your day. You all eventually meet up this evening. It's tense isn't the right word, but there's definitely a weight, a density in the air. You all kind of pull your chairs back, sitting down. Some of you taking a lounged position, some of you taking a more upright position here in your home. What do you all want to do? As all 6 of our remains are gathered.
If I may, I would like to ask you all something.
Go ahead, dear.
Someone made me promise them once that I would live for my friends, and I consider all of you my friends. And though I died recently, I feel like I'm the most alive I've ever been. Does that make sense? Do you feel I'm living for you? Can I talk to that friend when this is all over and tell him that I did that I accomplished what he asked me to do?
I think in a way you could. Although you should live for yourself as well. I think at this point we're all living a bit for each other as well as ourselves.
Naturally, I mean, I still fully intend to spend the rest of my life with somebody. That's personal choice. But I also personally choose to help you all achieve your own goals. You know what I mean? Either before or after, whatever comes to pass. But I would say to all of you that I'm going to go to the Empire and join Zarek in this fight for sure. And I do want all of you to go with me and do that too. I don't think there's a doubt in my mind that you want to do it, sort of. Maybe a little bit here and there, but I think when you say you're going to do something, it makes it a little more real.
I will fight. I will go and have a means of getting us there fast or by ship.
I'll go as well. I'm not. This isn't over. Until the world is safe again. I'm not letting you out of my sight. You'll definitely get yourself skilled without me.
I'm definitely intending on going, yes.
Same here. Someone has to heal y'all.
I'm planning on coming. I think we should go by ship, though.
I agree.
If it's gonna be one last huzzah before the big fight, or the start of working up towards it, we might want to get our miles in. And for those of you who are from Fragaria, ship should be there the next day.
Do you know what part of Fragaria? Is it Skuldelm?
Let me consult the map so I can tell you.
Yeah,
close
and
that
then
map.
just kind of thinking back to the Merchant Guild's job, it is going to be in Skuldelm. There's a big trading company in Skuldelm that you've worked with, that Orpheus has kind of contracted with to get there.
That's
Skuldelm,
huge.
and then we'll go around the south, and then we will cut across to the Empire.
Perfect.
There is one
You all
place
feel like we should get our affairs in order before we go? I feel like if there's anything
Yes.
that we have left undone, we should definitely take care of it before we go. I have something to do in Skuldelm, as it turns out, so it works out that the ship will be there.
I guess that's fair. There's a good chance that this might be your last run.
Do you think it's okay to tell people about the Eternal?
I think we should consult with the people who've been fighting him for the last multiple years. We don't know what kind of effect that has.
We don't need to sow chaos into the world. When the
Is there
time comes,
anything
it'll be
anyone
undeniable.
Is there anything anyone want to add to this?
Well, on the topic of telling people about this, well, usually I think information should be shared. I once heard something that kind of relates to this. A person can be rational, a person can be smart, but people can be stupid. It's very easy for panic to stow, and if that's what Eos wants to see, to give him the excuse, it might be best that people don't know at least till it's almost over, which I a little bit don't like that, but last thing you need is panic. Or people to think we're crazy. Would you all believe me if I was a random stranger and said, hey, the world's ending?
There are some people who do already know part of the information, and honestly, maybe are worth even bringing. I don't know. Let's get in with them before we make any decisions on their behalf. I think that's
Yeah.
maybe the best step to go, because I think there will be a stage where we will need to gather whoever we can to help us, but I don't think we're at that point yet.
Yeah.
So
I think that does bring up an interesting thing we need to settle too, though. We may not be able to be the heroes of Eusmis while we're dealing with Eos, and we should probably tell them that. At least that much.
What do you
Because
mean?
if they call on us and it's something we can't do, they can't expect to rely on us necessarily, right?
Considering everything that happened in their throne room, I think they'll understand.
Yeah.
Okay, you know that thing, that crazy ass shit that happened in your room? Look, it's right. That's what we're dealing with right now.
Speaking of, there's a knock at the door. Your housekeeper Mana goes, answers it in view of you all, and kind of stepping in, you hear offsetting footsteps. There's a
Death word on
slight,
both
you
all
can
these.
just tell, a limp to their gait. And then there's a
Could
heavy stabbing sound of wood against wood as you see Artorius, arm in a sling, kind of shoal over his shoulders, kind of using a walking stick to make his way forward. Mana kind of helping him. Afternoon.
Well, look at you. Up and around.
Please take a seat.
Prefer to stand, thanks.
I hate to be the overly cautious one, but Discovery, can you please cast a spell of magic? I don't want this happening again.
If the spell goes through and nothing happens, did I pass the test?
Thank you.
If I cast a spell magic on something, even if it fails, do I feel it bounce off magic?
There's no magical effect. Like, there's no like click. It's like you take a key
Okay.
and you put it against a wall. It's like nothing happens.
I know, but
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see, like, if someone is on their magical effect, even if the spell magic doesn't
You
work,
can
I would
feel a magical
it bounce.
effect. It's like when you put a key
You know
into
if
a
it
lock and then it
fails.
doesn't turn. Yeah.
Yeah. He's clean.
I appreciate that.
Sorry.
Anyways,
Last time we saw you, it wasn't, you know.
I get it. I'm not here for a long visit. I just, Her Majesty is still kind of shaken up over the whole thing, but well, she and I haven't slept much either. We've been going over things, and he kind of reaches into the cloak. All his upper head tense up slightly, and he pulls out a black leather-bound book. Her Majesty found a couple of things that Prince of Eoes left behind. They were hidden well within the castle, but us or Yarno can't figure this out. So I figured I'd give it to you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Are you alright?
I'm doing. Are you alright? You all disappeared for a few days.
We died.
I died
Yeah.
twice.
A few of
That's
us.
a lot.
We're working on.
I did die. Yeah, that's true. Things have been very tense ever since that moment, and it seems like we are perpetually moving faster.
Well, hey, it's okay to take a breather. I mean,
speaking of, we're on our way to start taking care of it. But we did take a couple days.
Well, if there's any help that I, Her Majesty, or the Nation of Useness can give you all, please don't hesitate to ask.
I would say...
I do a medicine check. What's wrong with him?
Yeah, give me a medicine check.
Okay. I was in a sling, but I don't know if I can heal him.
Can I
or
assist Marzena since I was?
Are you proficient in medicine as well?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, for sure. You can assist Marzena, giving her advantage, or you can each roll your own individual one.
I have +10.
I have +10 too, so it doesn't really
might as well roll your own and see who gets it.
Let's go!
Same odds.
Yeah. Oh God. Sorry, I did not mean to.
16.
16 and 17. He doesn't look like there are physical scratches on him or any superficial bleeding. It doesn't look melee or like it was done by a weapon. It looks like his body was sucked out of some of its life force. Like he's struggling to walk.
I don't think a regenerate's gonna fix that.
I know. I assume you don't want a new body.
Chloris, that's not how you...
How about,
Chloris,
alright, listen, Artorius...
You guys have had a
social
weird
cues
week, so I'll just...
Listen, all we need from you for right now is just keep everyone calm until we can find out exactly when and where this all is going to take place. But I would say you should start preparing for serious destruction.
We're on it. I wish you all well.
You might want to have Bard sing of tales of valor and togetherness.
The biggest thing we can do is provide hope as much as possible.
Yeah. I'll get on that. And you guys, I'll handle things here, and you guys do what you guys do best, I guess.
Can I make an insight check on him right now? He's acting a little... I'm not sure if it's just because he's depressed, because he knows he might never feel sport again,
or it's a cool, happy song time will help.
Or is it that this bitch just offered to get me a new body?
Well, I think we all know, I think everyone who's met Chloris already knows that she's
13 insight. 13 insight. He's tired. Motherfucker is tired. He has probably not slept in 2 weeks. Like a good sleep in 2 weeks.
That's I know this might be a little difficult right now, but try to get some rest.
Yeah, I've heard it all. Thank you. But I'll be okay. I handle things my own way, and yeah, we'll figure things out. I just wanted to drop that off, see if you guys could get some use out of it.
Can I walk you out?
Well, yeah.
I'll walk him out.
Okay. Anything you say to him, Bartholdi?
When we get outside, I'll stop him for a second and I'll look at him. When this is over, I'm still looking forward to your wedding. You know that, right? I know
You and
it
me
seems
both.
crazy to think about in this moment. Feels like the whole world's crashing down.
No, that's sometimes the best time to think about stuff like that.
Just cherish her. Cherish time. You better be able to fight me by the time I come back, too. I'm just saying. You look kind of... I don't want to say it in
Oh,
there,
is that
but...
right?
I don't want to say it in there, but, you know.
Okay. Take care of everyone.
Doing the best I can.
Kind of gives you a nod and makes his way back as a couple of knights flank him and escort him back to the castle. Chloris, you cast scrying on the fourth day. You see the crew. You see Orpheus, and you also see a bunch of your crew members unloading things on the dock. You see Orpheus just kind of picking the sight and not really the sound. You see him haggling with someone that looks like a merchant. She's a half elf. She has dark, dirty blonde hair. She's maybe about 20-ish, mid-20s. A beautiful girl. You see Orpheus is kind of doing his charm, and she's just having none of it. You see that he's pointing at a kind of clipboard with parchment in it, and he's kind of pointing to all the crates, definitely trying to haggle some type of deal. But they are in the city. You don't see this entire city at large, but you do see this small little area.
Do I see a bush?
He has made it to Skuldelm. A bush? It's tundra, so there's not really a lot of like wildlife trees. Like everything is like a dead tree or like a dead like thistle.
Okay, there's a dead tree though.
It's hard to tell because you're at the docks right now. You're scrying on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Girl, I can do this for us. It's all right.
I was trying to save you the salt arrow, so
I appreciate
It's
it.
gonna matter.
While we're like all gathered at the table for the like just after Artorius leaves, Kurt is going to say, while we're all together, I did just want to say thank you to all of you for your help while we're in the fire plane. Things escalated a lot quicker than I thought they were going to. You all had to deal with a lot, and I wasn't there for a lot of the time that you had to deal with it. I just want you all to know that I appreciate that you did that for no other reason than maybe your own survival, but also it's hard to not acknowledge that you did do it for me. I just want you all to know that it is very appreciated. I do also have some information that I gained from Cadmus just before we left. Anyway,
I like that. That's alright.
I've agreed with Cadmus to continue what my original goal was, which was to find Valfumenos. Now knowing that he is the rightful king. Fortunately, Cadmus has also made an agreement that if we do this, he will be able to pledge forces of the fire plane for what we need next. Which will be pretty big. Luckily, we know where Valfumenos is. We don't know why he hasn't returned, so it's not like there isn't any danger. There's probably a reason, and that reason could be dangerous. But you are all willing to pursue it, not immediately. Obviously, we have a few steps we need to go through, but we will be passing through the Empire, and it is off the shore of the Empire, so it won't be too far away.
Nice.
As long as it's possible, without wasting. No, it's an investment for allies, and also helps satisfy your goal. All right, then should work.
I want to. I tried to give you the opportunity card. Did you ever mention that mural we saw?
The mural. Right. Yeah, the mural. That's right. When me and Chloris went to investigate, which was the reason that we were gone. We found out some details, some of which you probably learned while fighting the man, but what he was a void genie. A being from the Shadowlands. They exist in like the void, like the absence of the elements, and so I don't know enough about it magic-wise, but he could kind of take on the elements, which is what we saw when we were fighting him. He has waged war with the other elemental planes, but he was never the true king of the fire plane. He was just taking on a disguise of that. Is maybe considering maybe that there's cross paths. Yuri, I don't know enough about your business, but I do know that it does in some way relate to the First Queen, who is the leader of the Plane of Water.
I know literally nothing about it. I have a name of this thing that of the storm that I was caught in. Somehow that's tied. I don't know how. That's all I know.
Yeah, and that's.
Do you have any leads on where we might be able to gather more information for you on that, or are you comfortable with where you're at with that right now? I don't want to press you. I just want to ask.
The Emperor might know something. He gets around a lot.
That's your hope right now? Okay.
I was
gonna
ask him. I'm planning on asking him something anyways. But archives. I don't know. We've gone searching through libraries before, but
yeah, that's true.
To try again.
To be clear,
I will also remind you, Yuri, this is a piece of knowledge that you received way back in Laffy's Academy the first time around. There is a mage in Xeric that focuses on elemental magic. You didn't get the name, but there is a mage in Xerix that the findings, they're tied to the cascading maelstrom.
Expert.
I remember I mentioned it way back when. They are an expert in Xerix.
Where is Xerix?
Arc me, but no, that's different.
I want to know if we go there, if my memories that are faked as Bartholdi will be like 1-to-1, or if it's going to be way off.
You got some fake memories. I forgot about
that. I think he has like a preconceived notion in his mind. That's all, you know.
I'm just gonna be making aware of something. We should not go to the top area and outside Argos at all.
Not go where?
Outside the capital, there is a swamp further down south.
Well, outside the capital just sucks in general.
Yes. We should not go there because there's still a coven there. Yikes! I know.
Do you want to do something about that, or
like southern central, like?
It's
where I don't know if I've ever heard of any witch-infested swamp in the Empire.
Well, here's the thing. You remember, or you might know Yuri or Kurt, but there was a woman besides Eoes, which we killed, and
Lorila?
Lorila, yes. I try to forget that bitch, but she has a coven. Yes, she has a coven. And we killed her. Yes.
I don't know if Aegis knows his headset on. I assume so.
Or-
Would I, a resident of the Empire, know of any hag-infested wastes? Perhaps not.
This one this one swamp got a lot of bitches in it.
Let me think. I wonder.
I just know that she was part of a coven, and there might still be 2 left. We don't know. She might be a coven with Artorius. I don't know.
Is this south of the capital?
Or well, south of
South?
Xerix, I guess. It's
we've
the-
dealt
South of
You dealt with you dealt with
yeah,
hags before.
How do you ping? Can you see my? I think it's
right there.
Yeah.
AJ, query for you.
Yes.
I
Go ahead.
I, as a resident of the Empire, have I heard of any hag-infested swamps?
There is the swamps by Origo, which is, I think you guys are putting your cursor on it. I will ping it here. It is a massive swamp. It's massive, like a huge swamp. It's
Witcher 3
probably
Crookback Bog.
yeah, massive.
Okay.
There's definitely hags that live there. Do they control the entire swamp? No. There are a lot of rumors surrounding this swamp. They're on the outskirts of it, not too dangerous. A lot of Jaeger Guild kind of members and adventurers guilds, they go into the outskirts around all of it for quick jobs. You know, it's definitely a place. A lot of people in the adventurers guild use it as a place to hone their skills. But the deeper in you go, the more fantastical it gets and the more wild it gets.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know. I might have lived there
That's weird.
a little bit.
Is it really for her?
That's weird. Okay.
I'm
don't
just saying
go
that we should
to
be-
the swamp.
Avoid the
shit.
swamp. No.
Good to know.
No
Though
swampy.
we
I've
could
never been to a swamp.
They're not
we
fun.
could bring it up when we speak to Xerix. Maybe they're Tenebrae as well?
Yeah, it might be.
They-
good. Oh, yeah.
They actually that there's a good chance that they were involved with Rails, and even though it was just one
Better.
sister. Although there's a chance that they're not, and I don't want to waste this time. Well,
Well, that's why I said maybe that's something they can investigate. I wouldn't go directly there, but if we can find out if they at least have some closer ties, like maybe she just cut herself off from the coven and isn't a part of that anymore. We don't know. It's
I just know that she was part of our coven, and we killed
That's-
one. There might that's. I'm just saying that
it's
she was really powerful. So. I would just a tiny word.
worth bringing up. Worth bringing up.
But that's all my cards. I don't think I have any secrets left.
Did you and Bartholomew get married?
No. We didn't feel it would
Okay.
be right to do that without you.
We would never do that without you, Marzena.
Whenever you're ready, just let me know.
No, these rings are just a promise that we will see it through to the end together. That's all.
Great.
isn't that what marriage is?
That's not a Chekhov's gun waiting to go off.
I mean,
Could be.
I mean,
Here's
yeah,
the thing. If I marry you guys, then you do get a bonus for like a week.
Honestly,
Mechanically,
lot of
there's
bonuses.
a great bonus for getting
Good
married.
bonuses.
Maybe when the time is right. Maybe.
No, absolutely.
It felt cheap now. It would be like we're betting on losing. That's what it feels
We're
like.
not.
Exactly.
You were the one that was saying. Who was that was saying that we should prep for losing? Getting our affairs in order.
That's not prepping for losing. That's just making sure that we don't
It's
leave any
getting our
loose
affairs in
ends.
order.
I
It's the tying up loose ends, Yuri. Come on, don't get me.
I don't think we should have any regrets while we're going into this.
Just
so.
if we get involved, I just think that it'll be hard to stop being involved and deal with other stuff. That's all. If you don't care, then I don't either. You know?
It's sad that my only theory I might be able to get order is to visit John.
No, because that's pretty quick and easy. That was mean. That was mean.
You guys don't have to, but it would mean a lot to me if we could stop at the temple I grew up at, and I'd really love you guys to meet who raised me. We don't have to, of course.
Is it, how far is it from Skuldelm?
It's in Skuldelm. It's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trying to find an excuse and like.
Do I know where I need to meet that one dude, AJ, in Skuldelm? I have no idea. I have no idea where I have to meet the person I'm looking for, but I know he'll stick out. He stuck out pretty much last time I saw him, so. And if he's not there, then, well, you know.
I'll also make sure to bring my cold cloak because I don't think I've ever been that far up north before.
I made you a cloak. I have sweaters. I have so many sweaters. I'm just pulling out my closet.
Anyways,
look at what you've done.
What
Look what you've done.
Can
I do one thing? For sure.
At the end of the position, can we propose a toast for us?
Yeah.
Sure. Holds up his go.
For the remains.
We are the remains. I like Era's bottle. It's very good. Yeah, yeah, it's really cool. I like that.
I thought it was
I like
I
that.
thought it was a sippy cup at first glance. I was like,
I
oh,
thought
that's
about
not
that
it.
first, and then I was like, no, that's dope.
No, it's hard to see with the camera, but it's going.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
Everyone was getting me.
I pulled off like a
Are we cool with going to Skuldelm?
To the boat, I guess.
Going to the boat, so magic circle to the boat.
On Bartholomew.
I've switched attunement on
Thanks.
items as well.
You got it. Everyone can kind of mechanically get themselves in order.
One last thing. What the fuck is this book I got? This black book I got?
Oh, yeah. Give me an Arcana check.
Yeehaw.
Oh, Arcana? Okay. Come on.
This is your moment, all right? Big rolls.
19?
19. It's not the DC, unfortunately. You're looking through it. It is a high DC. This is Eoes' book.
Would my glasses help?
It's Arcana, not Investigation. You're not looking closer. It's trying to decipher runes. Going through this book, Cove, you see that it is the journal, musings, and theories of the demon prince Eoes. In it is, as you're kind of reading it, I'll just say for the sake of it, Kurt, you spot a familiar mural. Material plane in the center and 4 circular orbs surrounding it, orbiting it. But other than that, all of it is just, it looks like the ravings of a madman, Cove.
Do I think I can
There's definitely
come back
some
with it?
merit, potentially, but the DC gets higher every time you fail.
AJ, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Can I, looking at this book, can I just a good old divine intervention?
You can surely try.
Download this book in the Cove's head.
Wog.
No.
No.
Okay.
Tower Cove.
Achieving?
I don't know.
Not far.
30.
Okay. Not too far, I know, right? I get so scared every time I see it.
Because it's happened twice.
Okay. I know.
I just need to roll like decently good and I'll get it. I have plus 10.
You cast Magic Circle, and you all disappear from your keep and arrive on the boat. You're on the inside hub of the boat. You don't hear footsteps on the boat, but you feel the cold seep through the wood. Kind of making your way out, you see 2 things that immediately catch your attention. One is very familiar to you, Marzena. You see the massive sword of the god of strength, a ring that was stabbed into the material plane. They call it a ring's mark. It's a permanent reminder of the rivalry between the goddess of storms and the god of strength, a weapon from their monumental battle embedded into a ground, a shrine built around it, and the city expanding from that shrine. The next thing you all see
I have a
is
question.
something that's very, yes,
It was A-Ring, and then what's the other god's name?
Frigga.
Frigga, thank you.
And this one
You
is
all
Bob.
see a golden sigil, massive in the sky. It's embedded on a point far north, and there's ruins surrounding that point. There's not a lot of people out right now. I will show you what you see.
What the sh-
Yeah!
this guy.
Wow!
No.
Look at
Oh,
that! Oh
no.
no!
Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
This was
That
supposed to be a
seems.
quirky excursion, and it's not.
This has
Also,
gotten
I
quite
said it
serious,
before,
quite
but just to
serious.
make sure he knows, Bartholdi is death warded right now.
I heard you, and I appreciate
But
the
the
absolute
weird thing
shit
is,
out
though,
of you.
you all, there's no panic in the town. There are people that are moving around. They're walking around. There's not a panic. There's a sadness that coats the entire town. The crew isn't on the ship of the Eventide. Where are you all going?
Uh,
Adrian,
we all... You see that too, right, guys?
Yeah.
I do.
This is a stupid question, but does the sigil remind me of the Eternal?
It is the sigil that was on the back of all of the people. Yes, 100%.
Okay, that's making sure, because this is gonna be like, what if there's something else? And this giant sword, does it feel like this is like old monuments, or does it
Yes,
look like
no,
a actual giant sword?
this is thousands of years old, where the god Ring, the god of strength, embedded his sword here. They fought on this land, Frigga in a ring, and this is a stepping stone of that battle. The city was built around this mark as a permanent reminder.
Something
Okay, so this is literally a giant sword from a god.
something neat that you guys will maybe notice. The sword matches the tattoo on. Kurt has a tattoo of the sword on his right arm.
Hell yeah. That's cool.
I
What's.
want to look for this. Anyone around?
Kind of just perusing around, looking at kind of finding like where the local bars are. You find a bar close by the deck, kind of on go mode immediately. You see Orpheus and Andromeda, their forearms together across a table. Your crew's surrounding them. There's a candle balancing on their forearm, and wax dripping onto their skin as they try to maintain through the pain the balance of the candle. What do you two do? Or what do you all do?
So instead of just to put out the candle and fuck with them.
What's
I look at
what
Yuri,
is this?
like I'll give him a
Yeah,
look, what is this?
What does this mean?
We need a general insight check from everybody.
Oh, insight?
Yes.
Bet.
People are not doing well. It feels like hope has been lost. If I, as Dasha, am catching on anything. I got a 24.
Okay. Yuri, Kurt, Cove, and I believe who rolled the 16?
I believe it was me.
+5. +5, cool.
Yes.
It's a weird thing, y'all. There's a fucking floating permanent reminder of this creature, and it seems like the people are enraptured in this contest between Orpheus and Andromeda. Even some of the people who you don't recognize, the locals you would assume, are enraptured in here in this conversation.
Do I
What
know
are they
what
talking
this
about?
game is? What this?
It's a game of stamina and kind of pride. The goal is to keep your forearms there, and the person to pull their arm back as hot wax is dripping on your skin loses. So they're trying to maintain it, gritting through their teeth, kind of staring at each other. People are placing bets down. It's definitely not indicative of what the fuck the vibe should be. It kind of feels like your crew is like a group of jocks, and everyone else is like a retirement home. But it's working for some reason.
We do not have time for this. I'll just walk up and just blow out the candle.
What the come on, man. I was gonna all that for nothing. There are a couple of boos.
Yeah, boo-hoo. Hi.
What? Hey, y'all. Y'all got here quick.
Did we go outside?
Let's stay in here. Matter of fact, I got us all rooms. Y'all come with me, please, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Hey, everybody, keep drinking now. Keep drinking. Orpheus kind of pulls you all into a room, closes it gingerly. You all see it too, right?
Yeah. Do they not?
Yeah. No, they see it. We was there before we got here. From my understanding, locals are calling it a raised devil that came here. Dude, red skin, looked glowing, took out the temple and everybody inside. It was a bloodbath. Not good from what I hear.
Wait, the Temple of Lunar?
Yeah.
Oh, Marzena.
Okay.
I think Bartholdi just starts kind of like pulling her in. It's alright.
D.
Any survivors?
Alright.
I want to cast Locate Creature. Do my senses fire within 1,000 feet of me? Okay.
Is the red-skinned demon still here?
I ain't seen him.
That's my brother, probably.
And
Hey, it's fine.
why
it's
is
fine.
the local reaction so non-existent?
It seems it happened a few days ago, and people are just shocked. I mean, there are some, of course, but I didn't really waste around figuring out why everyone's... Listen. I remember y'all said some mumbo-jumbo, but if she's gonna cry, I don't know if I can handle that. Anyway, y'all said some mumbo-jumbo about
Marzena,
keeping
I'm sorry,
shit
and
together.
she'll, leave the room.
Bart will take her and go. It'll be alright.
Some mumbo-jumbo about keeping people together, right?
Yeah.
Whatever happened here... Listen, I'm not from this land. I don't presume to know the culture or the people. But it seems like... Well, what's the saying? No use crying over spilled milk, I guess. These people take that to a T. It's really weird, to be honest.
Yeah.
Boys and I was just trying to get people some excitement until someone wanted to blow out my candle.
Yeah, well, the last time we saw the glowing golden sigil like that...
No, that's fair. No, it's fair.
Died.
Absolutely fair. Absolutely fair.
Yeah, that red demon, that's a henchman.
That's Marzena's brother.
Currently
I apologize. I think
he's possessed, so we can't blame you.
there's a lot there. Listen, if I'm being honest with you, I wasn't informed of all of the magical doohickeys when I signed on. Not complaining, just that I'd prefer to keep it as mundane as possible.
And speaking of the mundane,
speaking of
I
it,
assume our business is concluded.
job's good. We got a total of 10,200 gold pieces.
That is for the party fund.
Yep, 10,200 in the party fund.
Cool.
6,000 to
illegal
Chloris
stuff.
and Yuri. 6,000 to Chloris and Yuri. And then Orpheus takes his cut of 800 for the crew and him.
6,000 between
So
two
total
of us.
6,000 between two of y'all.
What? Okay.
So 3,000 each. 3,000 each.
You and I get 3,000. This is awesome. I
Sweet.
love it.
He was listening. Now, Captain, if I'm being honest, there's this sweet girl at the trading post. She kind of feeling me. I'm working my way through, but I think I can find us another job.
I saw that. Orpheus.
Spying on me?
I was looking
Listen.
for that tree.
I'm gonna say this now. Whatever y'all do, I wouldn't go mentioning the glowing golden thing in the sky. People here are dealing with it their own way. The High Chieftain, it seems, he almost kicked us out for asking some questions. So even Andromeda, by all the gods, she's keeping it tight.
That must be difficult for her. Marzena, do you think that your chapel might be able to help us out?
She is not in the room because Orpheus is like, is she
Where
going
the
to keep crying?
fuck
So
did
her
she
and Bart
go?
left.
The chapel was destroyed.
Oh.
That's where the sigil
By her
is.
brother.
That sigil
That's
is
where the
here.
sigil is.
Oh, I thought it was like in town and that was a separate thing.
That's where the
Okay,
temple was.
So we will figure out how to address that.
Damn, it's the sigil is literally casting a sun shadow.
Hey, if you don't mind, let's not talk about that thing anymore. Let's just... I'll leave that to you all.
Okay.
If you need the boys and I, we'll do what we do best.
Sure. Next stop is Zagos. Sure, you can find us some lucrative business headed that way.
Give me a day. I got this sweet little honey on lock, and she'll give me a job.
You do that. A day. We'll say anticipate to cast off day after tomorrow. As a
Day after tomorrow it is. Day after tomorrow it is, and we'll set sail, finally.
And we will do our business.
Right. Absolutely. Y'all know where to find me. I'll be staying here.
Alright, just careful, keep your wits about you. As always.
Has Andromeda been giving us any trouble?
Actually, quite the opposite. The boys warming up to her. She's pulling the weight around the ship and then some. Not a bad sailor, that one. Just got too big of a mouth.
That is for damn sure. Well, alright. Get the boys some drinks. We'll take care of what we can.
He gives you a nod and makes his way back into the tavern. What do you all want to do here in Skuldelm? Marzena and Bart, what do you two do?
I'm gonna take Marzena and we're gonna go to the Great Hall. Let's go there. That sounds great.
She
All right.
is probably having a panic attack.
I know, it's all right. Come on. We're gonna get somewhere else and just sit down and relax for a second.
Are you going to the Great Hall or the Mead Hall? Because the Great Hall is where the High Chieftain kind of conducts
Ooh.
business. It's
You know
called
what?
the
Maybe
Great
the
Hall, but it's
Mead
really
Hall.
like the
Yeah,
political
let's go to the
epicenter.
Mead Hall.
The Mead
yeah.
Hall is a massive building just for drinking.
Perfect.
There aren't really a lot of taverns, more so just inns that serve drinks because there is just one massive mead hall where everyone goes to drink. It's a long house.
Yeah.
It's hard to compete with that.
I've missed this. I'm gonna be honest. I know you're upset, and rightfully so. But
I need to check the ruins. I need to see if there's any survivors or anything.
I know, but you have to realize that everyone in this town is looking the direction, you know what I mean? And
Marzena and Bartholdi, both of you are from Fergaria, and Kurt as well. You three can give me a history check with advantage.
Anything
nice.
for you, AJ.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh God.
Damn.
All right, well.
Did you all fail?
I got a 13.
I got a nat 20.
Oh shoot.
I love how it's
I
still
don't know.
19.
Okay.
I got a 13 plus 6 for 19.
Okay. For 19, okay. So Marzena and Kurt, you guys know that Fergarian culture is very much, it is what it is.
It's
Like,
strength.
shit happens, you don't grieve. Like, you grieve for a day, then you fucking spit in some dirt and keep it moving. That's kind of what happened here, essentially. Like, the people are not sad. It's not that they're grieving or they're not sad, but it's like my tears are not going to help in the slightest. I had my day to cry. I had my day to grieve. Now we do what we can do to fix this shit. That's why, like, even just looking, you already see large men and women carrying massive logs across these two bridges towards that area, and just kind of rebuilding what they can. Shit happens, and Frigarians of all of the people of Premium know best that life keeps moving forward. That's the vibe that everyone here in this city kind of has. As you kind of look around, if you can be slick enough to all of you get away with asking a couple questions and not getting shot down, it's really like, what are you talking about? Why are you asking questions? Shit happened. It happened. It's done. Now let's move forward.
Got it.
That's really the biggest vibe here in Fragaria that you get. Yes.
Are there any survivors at all or none? Absolutely none.
From the temple, looking around, there are a couple of young acolytes. They're still in the infirmary. They're kind of shell-shocked. But other than that, here in the mead hall, nothing really else that you're gonna find out.
Do you want to go over there?
I need to go to the infirmary. I need to help in any way I can.
Do you want me to come with you? I'm getting better at healing. Sort of.
Is it okay if I say no?
Of course. Why would I impress myself on you?
Thank you. I'll meet up with you guys back at the inn later. Yeah.
Just take your time. If you need me, just call for me. I'll come. It'll be alright. Maybe not all is lost.
Sure.
Marzena, you go towards the ruins of the temple. You see that there are a couple of tents set up. Give me a perception check.
Let's see. Perception is +5. Okay. Oh my gosh, Soriana is more perceptive than Marzena. That's crazy. Fitting.
So fitting.
Fitting.
Kind of through blurry eyes and tears, you see a lot of people come out. You see a couple of humans, a couple of Goliaths, Dragonborn, and just this temple is rendered asunder. It looks as if this beacon of light that's here was sent from the heavens, landed here, and imploded the entire area like that. Like, there's no struggle. There wasn't a struggle or a skirmish here. It was just a quick destruction. Everything that is within a 5-foot radius of this light is gone. There's nothing within the center point of where this light is touching down. The dirt itself is pushed downwards to allow this sigil to float hundreds of feet into the sky. The light is nearly blinding as you get closer and closer, and you feel this wave of just luminosity coming from it. What do you want to do?
I'll go to the infirmary. I'll cast like regenerate on like if there's like I'm just gonna heal anyone that's there. Everyone.
There is someone missing a limb.
Yeah, regenerate.
You see this dragonborn, a crystal dragonborn, massively built, shoulders, wide frame.
Come on,
arm is
damn
just
it!
being held by blackened scale and skin. Like, where one arm is very muscular, the left arm is almost nearly indented in and burned, like singed. As he's kind of there, he's kind of sitting down. He's also doing some healing as well, you see. He kind of spots you and goes, "You're not from here, but
I grew up at the temple.
You were in Calum."
Yes. How did you know that? Also,
I helped your friend, the human.
Yuri?
Before Yuri.
I was with the Primogen.
BJ, can I roll like a remembering check as Marzena because I don't remember shit.
This was the Dragonborn that when Bartholdi went into that water, it was him. He was a
That water. That water.
Yep, this
Yeah,
guy.
that one.
Yeah. That's why I was like, damn it, I wish I would have win.
Oh
Let me
What's his
find
name?
him. Abharan.
Abharan?
Mm-hmm. He
That's
is
the guy.
a cleric of Karista, the goddess of wisdom.
Oh my gosh, wow. Couldn't be there. Can I help your missing limb? I can help if you want.
Sure.
I'll cast regenerate on him.
You
Are
cast
you
regenerate as the arm kind of takes a new form, matching up with the musculature of the other arm as he flexes it slightly and. Thank you.
what are you doing here if you don't mind me asking?
Was here on a trip to help spread my goddess's word. And then it happened.
I understand if it is too much to ask. Could you please spare no details and tell me what happened?
Kind of sits down, takes a jug of water, and he goes. Abharan tells you essentially that he was here for a couple months now, you know, working with this temple and kind of helping them and doing the same thing he did at the Kalem Temple of the Nine. One early morning, about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, maybe a little bit more now, there was a figure that was spotted above the temple. It descended like an angel descending from the heavens. Red skin, golden tattooed wings on their back, and covered in white and black tattoos around them. This figure walked into the temple. Anyone that got within 20 feet, 15 feet of this creature was killed. There was no fight. A hand was extended and it went through the bodies of the people that came to them. Abharan tells you that he attempted his best to try to fight, but he didn't stand a single chance. The only reason he was able to survive was due to a artifact shield, his own Ultima fragment that he has. He explains how this figure entered into the temple, went into the residential wings, stopped in front of a room, and stayed there for a good 10 minutes, just unmoving. People would swing their weapons at it, and their weapons would go blunt against the skin. They would try to cast spells on it, and spells didn't work against it. Eventually, the figure disappeared, and within seconds, this spear arrived downwards and destroyed everything in its path. Those unfortunate people that did not get out in the mere seconds it took for this spear to materialize and fall to the earth are gone. There's no remains of them. There's no bones, there's no body, there's no blood. They're gone, erased.
Ugh.
He tells you that he was able to get a few of the young children out, kind of just wrapping as many kids as he can under his arms. A couple of other acolytes followed him moving fast, but they, even them, were caught in the debris that exploded below, hence his damaged arm. He's still here looking for the fragment that he lost within the wreckage, looking for his shield.
Question, AJ.
Mhm.
I do have locate object prepared. Have I
You don't
seen
know the
his...
object.
I don't.
You don't know
okay.
the object. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you've seen it at a glance, but it was also like 5-6 months ago. So
Yeah. No, that's really fair. Oh my gosh. Thank you for telling me. I don't know how to express how much I appreciate that. I'm sorry you've had to go through that. I'm really sorry.
why are you sorry?
Kind of my fault, I fear.
Did you do it?
Kind of allowed it to happen in a way.
Did you do it?
No.
then it wasn't your fault. The only actions you can consider yours are your own.
Yeah, I mean, no, you're right. You're right. Okay. Can I for the children that did survive, I'm just gonna dump in all my spell slots into healing them.
Yeah, they're healed up enough, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like shell shock.
Do I recognize any of them? I assume no.
No, it's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah. Mark Baldy's in town. If you want to talk to him.
He can come find me, but I don't think I'm gonna be any help anymore.
You were a lot of help for me, and I do really appreciate it. If there's anything you need, please send a send in. And good luck to you in your endeavors.
You as well. And you head out. What does anyone else want to do here in Skuldelm? If anything.
I want to go see Abharan.
To finish. You got it. Bartholomew, you going to Abharan? Anyone else?
Kurt is going to go to the mead hall and invite anybody who wants to come.
I want to go with
Okay.
to the mead hall.
Okay.
Man, I think Clove would eventually want to go to that big ass sword just to give it a look, but he wouldn't. If you guys are asking to go to the mead hall to take a load off, he'll come with you.
Okay. We'll start with Bart, just because Abharan's still fresh in my mind. Bart, you kind of make your way back here after kind of just spotting with Marzena. Quick conversation. She lets you know that he's here, and you make your way on over. You spot him in a better mood now that his arm is full mobility, kind of working to help the kids. He's not capable of casting Regenerate himself, but he's kind of working with all of the few survivors and the other people to start a restoration project. What do you do?
I'll first go around and I'll hit each of the kids with the old lay on hands and just make sure there's no diseases or anything.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
All right. So, some time ago you told me to come find you here. I imagine this is not the way you expected us to meet.
No, it's not. But yes, that was some time ago.
Think you can still help me, or... I don't expect anything. Well, you said, he kind of pulls out the sword. You said you could help me unlock this, and well, I'm pretty sure, he kind of gestures behind him at the sigil. You understand that it's needed now. Not just, so it's not something I really want, but I need it. So if there's any direction you can give me, anything at all that you think might help, I would appreciate it. But I don't expect anything. It seems like you've been through enough and have done enough.
Power comes from a need, not a desire. You say you need it. But you need it for what? For to stop this? It already happened. Stop more of this happening? Your sword isn't going to stop that.
No.
I admire your words, but power comes from a need. What you have is a desire to do right.
Maybe you're right.
Why do you have that sword, Bartholdi?
The only reason I carry it is to protect those I care about, and those who can't protect themselves. The reason why I'm supposed to have it, I imagine, is because I'm destined to fight the one person on this planet, or this plane, really, that I don't want. Maybe he's not here, actually. But I don't want to fight him either way. But I have to.
If you have to, then you have your answer there on how to unlock it.
Maybe you gave me the push I needed. Is there anything else you need?
No.
Better, just hold on to hope.
You as well. You as well.
Kind of gives him a pat on the back. It's gonna be alright. And he just walks away.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the meat hall with everybody else.
You got it. You got it. Hard shifting gears. You know, Fergarian culture is a weird thing. Like I said, it really is a country of it is what it is. And it hasn't been more felt, not with Orpheus and Andromeda's game. It really is felt here. You would think that these people just welcomed a new round of succeeders in the trials of Phrygia. But no, they're just having a fucking ball. There are people here in these massive long tables that sit hundreds and hundreds. A lot of your crew is here as well. You see Orpheus. All of you guys kind of enter in. It's warm in here. Braziers are lit in all four corners. Sconces holding the torches. Marzena, you kind of come in blurry-eyed, kind of wipe a sniff away. You were never really allowed in here, being young growing up, but kind of like looking in it, it's like the worst time to be in here for you. I'll go with the group of four, Kurt, Chloris, Yuri, and Cove. What do you four do? You grab a table, I assume near your crew, just kind of taking seats at the long table. You see Orpheus is playing this game with a couple of the other sailors, kind of, you know, when you bounce a coin into a cup of like liquor and then you take the shot. That's kind of what they're doing.
Playing quarters.
Kind of hitting it. Yeah, essentially. They're doing this like weird balancing act of games. It's just a myriad of different games. Andromeda's there as well. What do you four want to do?
Since I've been reading about Fergarian culture in my Fergarian culture book I bought way back in Calum, can I go to like the musicians, like the Fergaria, I guess they're drummers.
Musician is weird. There's not really music here because the kind of roaring of the crowd and the singing is its own music. Like there are a bunch of these large burly-esque figures that start their own singing and it carries out throughout the meat hall. And the only music is slamming on the tables. That's all the music is just rhythmic slamming.
I'm just gonna join them.
Hell yeah. It gets like within 2 minutes of the song until you feel the bottom of your fist get red and start painting, but it's like, fuck it, we ball. Slamming on the table over and over again as this song, this rousing kind of folk song is pushed throughout the entirety of the meat hall.
Cove is not having a good time. This is too loud for him.
So I'm assuming that I'm not the only one assuming that we need to go check that out, right?
Yeah.
Viking mead music.
Yeah, we do.
Viking music. Get my Viking music on.
Yes.
Yeah.
My homeland.
AJ, the sigil, did it look physical? Like like someone made a ginormous star and just dropped it on. Okay, so not even
It's a giant arcane
Giant arcane spear that was shoved here by this red-skinned person. We don't know who it is, guys.
Who could it be?
Who could it be?
Who could it be?
I think we need to go check it out. No one seems to know if Svaro is still here.
Marzena knows he's not.
But cities are bigger than 1,000 feet. But I don't want to think that this is just Oh, this is where he grew up. Might as well burn it down. I think there's a reason. More than that, I don't know if it was after something in particular. Maybe we can define what the purpose was.
I mean, it seems to be the main temple in the city.
We have a day to kill, so I might as well.
Could I might this might be a far fetch, but could it be that they're destroying the temple, so weakening the other deity's influence or power?
No, I don't think he would even care to.
You four, give me a religion check.
Religion check. Da-da-da-da-da.
Religion.
Is an intelligence skill. Kurt, if you beat me in this, I will be upset.
Right.
Okay.
Don't.
Wow. Cove.
We suck.
In a world where gods are prevalent, dismantling a temple and kind of making it on, or just kind of besmirching consecrated grounds is not a small insult. You know, there's a physical element to these gods, to these places of worship. There is a very real element. It's not a worship of a construct or an abstract idea. It's quite literally a force that can affect the world in some degree. It is not uncommon for those people don't do it because you either get cursed or you get smited or something bad happens to you. It's like you invoke the wrath of a god. This was done here. It's kind of mimicking Chloris's words. The only place in this city that was destroyed was its epicenter of religious worship in this entire city. There's nothing else in this city that was destroyed.
I'm just saying that if you want to wipe out hope, then you should target what people believe in, pray to.
The faith.
Well,
yes.
It might be possible that places of faith are being targeted. Usually people find hope in faith, and because of how this world is, faith has a place to go. There is a physical manifestation. And usually people avoid messing with churches and holy ground because there is a force that will punish you for doing so. Doing it to this degree, it's more than just insulting, it can disrupt faith. Like, how could the divinity allow this to happen in their own place of worship? This is more of this a target of the divinity is targeting belief in faith itself. Although it seems this city may be unhealthy, has found a way to get through it. If this is a test to see how humankind reacts, at least this place might get a pass. Ooh. This band's very nice.
Yeah. I mean, that is what they said they were out to do.
My worry is attacking a temple full of clerics is no easy feat. As while they are people of the faith, they usually can defend themselves, at least to some degree. If it was just one person, even with the aid of that creature, then that might not be a fight we can win. At least not by conventional means.
I mean, at this point, unless he specifically is still in the city, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think they have other things that they're doing. Like, if he's still in the city, then we could try to do something, but otherwise I don't know if this diverts our path, we still need to have access to the resources that the Luminous Guardians have.
Yeah, correct? Or just
Yeah.
remind me, how far is the next settlement? That might
The
have
next
a couple.
settlement from here, I would assume AJ probably like one of the major cities, so like or like there's another one further up, isn't there?
There's like a small couple villages on the way there. Excuse me. Whew. But yeah, getting from Skuldelm to another tower, to a tower city is what they call them. Probably on foot, probably like 2-3 weeks. There's small villages in between, but yeah, probably 2-3 weeks on a march.
I wouldn't say there's anywhere that would have a major temple, but I'm not the most well versed with the geography around here.
I'm just thinking if he can fly, he can probably fly, right? So.
I mean, I can fly, yet go really high up and see if we can see anything from a distance? I mean, I guess it is really big. If something similar happened.
So,
AJ, considering how big that fucking star is, do I think that, like, if there was one, like, in the next town, would it be visible in the distance?
Or like this, if you live in New Jersey, you can't see a skyscraper in New York. Not unless you live in the, like, border of New Jersey, New York, within walking distance, you can't see a skyscraper.
Fair enough, okay.
It's not as big as a mountain. It's not like 1,000 feet in the air. It's maybe 200, 300 feet tall. So it's big, but it's not like the size of a fucking mountain there, you know?
Chloris, a thought. You've been to more places around Eoes than I have. Is there anywhere else with a big major temple besides we were just in the capital of Eoes, but is there anywhere else in Eoes that has a large, like a big temple that maybe you've been to that you can check on someone that lives in that city to see if there's something big fuck up in the sky?
Calum, I assume? Didn't they have the big cathedral in the middle?
They did?
Yeah. Calum.
Maybe check in with the Duchess then, or somebody else? See if someone else you know that's in the city?
I could. I'll cast scrying.
Yeah, cast scrying on Calum. There's nothing out of the ordinary. There's no sigil there.
No sigil. I'll mark this spell out.
This might be the first one. No.
It's just worth an idea, I suppose. Yeah.
Maybe that is the, and or inside. Maybe the sword is a clue. This is obviously.
Go ahead.
Maybe the sword is a clue. It's obviously a type of divine battle. Maybe the Eternals start being cities that it remembers those locations, where places they fought at with the gods.
If that was the case, the entire city would be gone. Not just the center of worship.
Hey,
So
I just had a really...
if it was very, very personal, the sword sticking out of the ground over there would be gone too.
I'm sorry, I just had an extremely grim thought. Can somebody please check up on someone that's at Laffy's Academy?
Sure. Depends on who.
It is named after a god.
Oh no. And it's named after the god that
sealed him away, yes. Please check on the academy, somebody.
Alright, I will check on John, because I know him.
Sure.
He's there.
You see John kind of in a corner. He's underneath something. His knees tucked to his chest. Just kind of reading a book, his eyes inside a book. kind of looks up, the scrying sensor following him. He's in the middle of a lecture. You see that on his desk are all of the notes for the lecture already finished out, and he's just reading what looks to be like a comic book in the meantime. Class is going on as usual.
Who's the teacher?
Fuck you. That's who. I'm not gonna say it, you jackasses.
You get to see the beholder. Although it was just the
By
beholder.
this point, Marzena and Bartholdi, you arrive at the meat hall, and you're all joined here.
I learned things. I learned a lot of things.
Are you doing okay?
No,
Do you want a drink?
I don't want to remember today. I would like several drinks, please.
Hands with like a big stein of ale.
Sure.
So, I think it was definitely Sparrow. Here's the thing. Here's the cool thing, I guess. Anyone 20 feet within him, eradicated.
If
Instantly
I
killed.
may, Orpheus kind of starts. You know, you don't have to do this. Any of y'all, we can. Kind of gestures around the meat hall. We can enjoy a night, surely. Just one.
You're right.
You know,
Let's enjoy the night. You're right, Orpheus. Thank you. Just like getting another thing of mead.
I got a job for the boys and I. Go ahead, Chloris.
I'm like Orpheus. Go and get her. Like whispers.
Well, if you insist, I already got us the job. I'm just hashing out the details tonight. We'll leave tomorrow around noon if that's all right with you all.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Enjoy yourselves. You see one of the sailors kind of nudges Orpheus on his shoulder as they kind of point to a young woman standing by the door. He kind of looks back. Ah, there I am to flesh out the details of everything. Y'all have a good night. Give me a perception check, please.
Do I even have that spell prepared? Wait one sec. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability on Orpheus. He's gonna be extra charismatic.
Okay.
Eagle Splendor. You get him, big guy. Perception check.
My passive
Why did I
is
roll twice?
20.
Take the 17. We'll take Chloris' passive perception is 20 and Kurt's 25. Kurt, Yuri, and Chloris, you guys kind of hear. Kurt, this sticks out to you primarily. Orpheus, in the distance of all of this cacophony of voices. All right, Miss Caldra, let's talk business. She kind of takes him by the wrist and leads him outside.
What is the last name?
Spend your evening here in the meat hall. As you kind of finish, you wake up the next morning, kind of coming out of your inn. Is there anything you all want to do in Skuldelm before leaving, from what I assume, with the ship, or are you going somewhere else?
I want to ask Macaulay if he wants to do something together while we're here.
Sure, what do you have in mind?
No, like, do you want to? This is your homeland. Is there anything we should do before leaving?
No, I don't think so. There might have been
I'm just
something
going-
at some point, but he kind of just looks at the symbol, and the giant spirit is kind of just like, maybe it's better if it's left unsaid for now.
I'm just gonna get a trinket from Figaria.
Okay,
And some
for sure. You get like a
fancy-
little like carved sailor, like a little carved like person.
And
Okay.
some pot seeds for Figaria.
You got it.
Like we did. Yep.
Absolutely. Anyone else?
I assume casting Word of Recall would not work on the remains of the temple, right?
Not the temple anymore,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I figured.
If this is like the night, well, I know how that spell works. I guess I would ask Marzena if she can help me with the book. I know she has magic that might be able to help.
Yeah. She
I will
is
remind you.
drunk off her ass.
Every single time you attempt, the DC increases.
Yeah, but I eventually need. Does it increase for everybody who would ever try?
Yes, the DC to understand increases. This is not a check. This is not an easy thing where you can just, oh, I can try it enough times and I'll figure it out. No, every time it increases.
Well, I'm asking if I try, does that make it harder for someone else to try?
Yes, there is a DC to understand everything written in this book. It doesn't matter who does it. There is a DC. It is an Arcana check, but there is a DC.
Arcana intelligence, right?
It is an Arcana check specifically, and while I do have a +10, I am known for rolling bad at those. Alright, I'm gonna save it then. I think I know someone who might be able to help, at least. And I can help them. They'll have a higher roll than me. Okay. Yeah, alright. So I'll save it for later then.
Okay. Anyone else?
Hurt is definitely getting a bit too into the he's like, yeah, this is my I've got a nice cool beer. Everyone's like, yeah, fucking he's definitely getting into it. He's absolutely sloshed, and he's getting real into it. I think at some point when he's very drunk, I think he will just stop someone who's walking by, and he's just gonna say, "Have you heard of the Sternweavers?"
Have you heard of the Sternweavers? Who's asking?
I am. Why?
Alright, just wondering. Yeah, Sternweavers, they run the trading post. A lot of goods in and out.
Trading post here?
Yeah. Here.
Oh, fuck. Alright. He just keeps drinking. He's like, oh. Visibly stressed out, but continues drinking. And that's it.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Well.
I don't got this. That is bad.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing else, you all meet Orpheus aboard the deck of the Eventide, his hair a bit disheveled, the kind of brown and the white kind of clashing even a bit more. He's kind of dressing up. He has a long coat now with kind of fur wrapped around the neck and a cloak that extends downwards. Well, boys. Looks like the captain's gonna be gracing us with her presence for this journey. There are a couple of chuckles and laughs. Hope you still got your sea legs about you. We got quite a long ways to the Empire. Heading to Zargos, right?
Yep.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, you all get comfy. Should be a fun trip.
Didn't we want to stop by the giant sun thing before we left? Or are we still doing that?
Yeah, I didn't realize we're skipping to leaving. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no, unless there's anything else anyone wants to do for sure. Okay, you guys want to go to the sigil, correct?
Marzena's not going to follow. I think she'll just go to the ship.
Bart as well. Bart's already been there as well. He'll just
Absolutely. So you four, unless any else of you four are going to the ship.
I want to look at that sigil.
Yeah.
Cool. You four get there, Chloris, Cove, Yuri, and Kurt. As you approach and get closer, by the time you're about on the other side of this bridge, you feel the light overtake your shadows. You can feel it beaming against you. It feels like a presence is there. It feels like someone is watching. But it's this sigil just floating, unmoving in the air.
Cove will put his hood up to at least somewhat cover his face. He doesn't like the feeling of being watched. I don't like this.
Ominous.
Is this enough, or do we want to dig around here a little bit?
I think we should get as close as they will let us. I don't know what your old's plan was, but that's...
No, this might be obvious, but I will say it just in case. Nobody touch it.
Oh,
I think
no,
curiosity killed the cat, and I'm just gonna head back into town.
Okay.
What did she say?
Chloris, you kind of bow out. Said, think curiosity killed the cat, so you bow out and go back to the ship. 3 boys. What do you 3
Oh,
gentlemen?
you were gonna touch it.
Nothing could possibly go wrong. So this is like hovering in the sky, or is this
It's
like come
it's
all the way
hovering.
down?
It comes all the way down to the dirt. The dirt where it would be touching is depressed so as not to touch any of the earth. There's nothing touching this thing. All of the debris is moved around it. It looks like if you took a hot knife and carved through butter and then took the knife out, that air is still there. That space is there. This thing is just supplanted in that centerpiece.
Maybe
It
Chloris has
doesn't
the right
move
idea.
up and down. It doesn't flow up and down. It's stock still, but it has a slight flow to it.
And how close are we to, like, at this point in
How
time?
close do you want to be?
Fair question.
I think Chloris might have the right idea. I'm getting a bad feeling this being near this thing.
Is this so? The building that was here is destroyed.
Most of it is destroyed. You see the entrance that's curved downwards where this thing landed, and then the back making a V of just debris that fell down.
Is there any sign of a basement, lower level that could survive?
This thing goes very deep. You know, it goes to like, this is a bad reference, like the equivalent of like Minecraft bedrock. Like it has not just destroyed the structure, it has destroyed the earth surrounding it. So it literally, it's like this thing was placed here. Anything that was in its way to where it was placed was erased from existence.
There's like
Everything else
there.
that it's like a sinkhole. Everything else that has destroyed is just because it was previously attached to something that ceased to exist. So if I'm holding onto a wall, if I'm balancing against the wall and the wall disappears, I fall forward. That's what happened en masse to earth, stone, foundation, cement, bricks, all of it.
Yeah.
This was like an erasure crater.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, I don't know how much there's to get when there's nothing here. Nothing
Do we see people?
There are no bodies. There are people that have kept a wide berth from this thing, a small little community, maybe 400, 500, 600 feet from even the entrance into the old temple.
I'm not gonna lie, I say that we go up closer, but I'm not doing it without both of you. If you both think that it's smarter not to, then I will bow out.
Someone needs to get you guys out of here if things go bad.
I think this is honestly a brand. It's the one that had personal connection to this place came and destroyed it. I'm not sure it's anything more personal than that.
Yeah. I don't know what they would have. I don't know. I think if they left something, I mean, it's not like they would have left something small if they already left something big. Maybe
And what he left was that
point.
And it's probably personal considering he went in, killed things, and then dropped this.
Here's the question, though. Personal in that the Eternal wanted Sfaro to prove that he was on his side, and so that's what he had to do? Or personal as in us or personal as in
I
personal can mean a lot of things in this regard.
I don't think Sparrow has the free will to make a decision of any sort.
That's what gets me. So why make it? He sent Svarro here. If you consider you're not some big cosmic entity whose ideas are completely alien to you, you are a big boss. You send your lieutenant to prove that they're loyal to you by getting them to kill what they hold precious or something like that. You know,
Well,
like
I think
somewhere along those lines. Like he sent him specifically here to do this. That's
I think
it
we're
means
thinking.
something. I don't know what, but something.
I think we need to remember something about this individual. When when he sent the order he probably gave was cause destruction and thrive so we may see it. So he probably did not give them a location. This might have just been
The first
like
one that
attack
popped
this
into his
type of
head.
area, and because Swara knows this is one he picked. I
The
think you're
order was
overthinking.
given, and then it was
That's
filtered through
what.
Sparrow's memories.
Yeah, that's more of what I'm trying to get at. Is his if his will is completely not his own anymore, or if you understand what I'm saying. He has a connection to this temple, and so whether it was his idea or whether this was something given to him specific, you get what
Well,
I'm
well,
thinking.
well,
I don't have any answers, so this is just putting words out into the air. But
think of it like this: if you give an order to somebody who you don't know what their knowledge is, you just say attack a holy place, and they have no autonomy, just a person locked away in their mind. They would think of a holy place, and what holy place would come to mind first?
We
Probably
can
one where they grew up.
we can theorize what, why, and what for. I think we need to kind of decide now is there anything that we want to try and find from this? I'm not much of a clue investigation type. Um, Happy to stand by and hold the rope if you want to do something, but honestly, I did not expect it to be destroyed at this scale. I'm a bit of a loss. Might be best to
maybe
just rejoin the others.
maybe we do go back. Just having an understanding of what kind of damage it did. It wasn't worth nothing coming and checking, but
Alright.
It is a good point, Kurt, Yuri and Cove, that there's not, again, this thing itself didn't cause destruction. This thing caused just an erasure of
unmake.
existence. It is unmade everything that got in its path. Everything else was just physics happening. You know, the world trying to correct itself on a cosmic level when atoms disappear. When molecules that are vibrating at frequencies next to other molecules just split in half. This is the type of thing that happens. It's not a spell. It's not it's not akin to any magical effect that you've seen. It's just cosmic erasure.
It's like
And
a
you all
sphere
feel
around this star
Mhm.
just when everything in this sphere is gone.
Everything is gone. But as you three gentlemen head out, I'm going to ask one more time, is there anything that anyone wants to do in Skuldelm?
Oh,
I want to do something on the ship.
Yeah, for sure.
And
while
I
we're
wanna.
heading back. Oh, sorry.
We'll get to the ship. Just let me do Skuldelm first, and then we'll get to the ship.
Um,
Well, no one told me about the Dragonborn, so I already know he's here.
while we're heading back, Kurt will say to the other two that stuck around, um, I do want to check in at a certain place. Do you both want to come with me? It's not quite on the way back.
Sure.
Why not?
All right. Gonna head to the trading post.
Okay. As you kind of make your way into the trading post, you three gentlemen, you see that there are four figures, all half elves of varying different ages. you see one of them is a bit older than the rest. And then you see they're all very similar to each other. As they kind of enter in, hello, welcome in. If you need any help, just let us know. It's kind of a young half-elf boy speaks. You see that there's the same woman that Orpheus met up with before. She's kind of stocking up shelves, putting sacks of things in there. Kurt, give me a perception check.
I sure will. 15.
Not a huge DC. You see kind of hanging back behind the desk where all of these knickknacks and different trading goods are. There's a small little portrait, a painting. And it's of two people, a human and a half-elf. It's just them. They're kind of bundled up in winter gear, but the human male is wrapped around his half-elven wife, and they're kind of holding each other together, smiling for this portrait. But that's it. You recognize these two figures.
I turn to the other two and I'm just like, I'm sorry for whatever's gonna happen next. And I just walk up and I'm just like, Kildra?
You see the woman kind of turns, yes sir, can I help you?
The name's Paratu. Do you know who I am?
Should I?
Maybe. I'm your brother?
You see the other three boys kind of get from behind the desk. No, I mean... You were the... No, I remember you. We played a lot, right?
We did.
Yeah, I'm sure that, you know... Yeah, you disappeared one day, huh? What, did your family move away or something, or...?
Oh, this was a bad idea. No, I'm your older brother. I was taken away.
Okay. You were taken away?
I get the
Give me an
sense
insight check.
you don't believe me. Yeah.
Give me an insight check. She thinks you're fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude walks into her shop. She's like, "Hey, I'm your big brother." Looks nothing like her.
He points to the picture. It's Adavan and Lynera. That's my mother and father.
Yeah, their names are on the... Are you okay? I have medicine here for whatever ails you.
No, it's...
Yuri and Cove, give me a perception check.
Fuck.
15. Yuri, you see that one of the boys has kind of holding what is essentially a baseball bat, like just a wooden maul, just holding behind the counter. Like, what the fuck is happening?
It's just gonna go. Look, I don't know what I expected from this, so I'm sorry. Are they still alive? Still looking at the painting.
Oh, Mom and Pop? I don't know. They disappeared about 15 years ago. They left us with this place. Last one they set up before it disappeared. So they had a business deal they need to finish up.
They left you all?
Well, yes.
I I don't know what I can do to prove it to you, but the their family home when Kurt would live with them, that was in Ed, right?
Mhm.
He's just
Kurt, you
the-
got to remember, your younger sister was maybe what?
oh
2
no,
or
I don't.
3.
Yeah,
know?
no,
Yeah.
he knows this perfectly. He's just
Yeah.
trying to like like internally like what am
Yeah.
I even fucking trying to do right now? Like what?
Yeah, you might need to find an older sibling to help out here.
Um. Well, if anything jogs your memory, I'm part of a group called the Remains. Have a good day, all of you.
Oh, yeah. I just settled up doing business with your captain.
Oh yeah, Orpheus, good man.
Yeah.
Good man.
Great man.
He's
Yeah.
not the captain.
Oh,
But he was
Wait a
the one.
minute. Hold on.
He
Did Orpheus
signed
fuck
the
your sister?
papers.
Never mind. Let me stop.
Anyways, I'm sure we'll do business again if you're ever in Skuldelm. I mean, probably not going to be a tourist spot after everything, but
Yeah, that's some frightful business.
is there anything else I can answer for you, sir?
I don't think there is. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for coming into Sternweaver Trading Company.
He's gonna walk out and he's like, God, that was so much worse than I thought it would be. That's
you
it.
need a
He's
hug,
gonna head
buddy?
back to the boat. Huh?
Do you need a hug, buddy?
I don't need a hug. It was more embarrassing than anything. I don't even know what I was expecting.
No, do you know where the other any other family might be? She seemed a little younger than you. Maybe she was just too little.
Pilcher was the oldest besides me.
Oh no.
I was very young. That's questions for another day.
If only this world had ID.
Only had idea. Getting back on the ship, you all 6 are here. Is there anything anyone wants to do on the ship as you finally set sail from Skuldelm, heading towards the Empire at last?
One thing.
Yes, of course.
I want to go to Cove and ask if he has something.
I did not prepare today, but I can prepare it tomorrow for you.
Sure, time is weird.
Oh, okay, sure. Here you go.
I want to cast something to Orem.
The Orem? Okay. What do you want to say?
Are you okay? Your son might be after you? We're going to Zargras. Meet us there? Things are happening in the world. Eternal has risen?
Is that it?
Yep.
The only thing you get back, Chloris, is hope you're doing okay.
That's confirmation that Orb's alive, though. Oh yeah.
Sorry.
The only thing I wanted to do.
This ability to give you guys setting is pretty neat because now everyone can do setting shenanigans.
We cast off and set sail.
I think AJ's frozen.
He's frozen.
Yes.
Lovely.
I have so many feelings.
I'm sure you do, Miss. My home got obliterated.
Honestly, the comedic timing though of, hey guys, there's only one thing I want to do. I wish you guys could meet the people I grew up with.
Too bad we bombed it.
Well, Yeah.
Oh, we didn't bomb it. Your brother did.
Because of
Years of
Quote unquote,
laughing.
quote unquote, your brother.
Yeah. So if I got sending, I might want to do some. Actually, no. If John's in class and lots of places still up.
Also, I'm going to go do rounds, so I will be back.
No problem. Logan, my uncle gave me for LARP. He gave me Sting.
Hell yeah.
Nice, bro.
Seeing some
So
dudes.
it's like a short sword.
I looked at the map and I was like, huh. Huh.
Turn Weaver.
Like, first thing, I was like, oh. Fuck.
Cool. I think I'm
back.
back.
You
All
are.
right.
Yeah.
Marzena's
Dodge
doing
one for
rounds.
Cool. Well,
Okay.
as you all cast off and set sail from Fragaria, having a quick stop in Skuldelm, you will continue on towards the Zavaldan Empire. It's about maybe a 3 to 4 week journey on this boat, maybe a bit longer if the wind isn't at your sails.
I can fix that.
As you all continue on, there's not much that happens on the ship for the first week, couple days, maybe 5 to 6 days. You all fulfill this role of just a support column, a support pillar here in this ship. The crew is mainly self-sufficient, but as you move on, you think back on the last 2-3 weeks now. The Eternal walks Premia. You've seen the first of his handiwork for the first time here in Skuldelm. Arguably the best people to have experienced this are Fragarians, being able to adapt and correlate as quickly as necessary. Not long after Eoes was unleashed, you all moved forward into the Fire Plane, where Kurt, you learned a couple things about your mission and the next steps therein. With all of you coming together here in Ormond and embarking on this next step of your journey, we're going to pick back up in 2 weeks, because we're off next week. You all can level up to level 15.
I did not expect that.
And we're going to pick up on the 24th, heading to the Zavaldan Empire.
I did
Guys,
not expect that.
You know what this means, right? Next session's gonna be a dangerous one.
Nah.
Shit's about to go down.
Usually we have to sacrifice someone to get a level up.
I
We
just,
did.
I just died,
Session previous.
and so did
Not usually,
Chloris.
but it's funny that it's happened more than twice.
It happens. Yeah, what is that joke?
Jesus.
I have 2 dimes, which isn't a lot, but it's wild that it's happening more than once.
We got Indomitable, baby! Woo.
Yeah, woo, this was all about.
I'll take an Indomitable.
I get my 8th level spell slot, boys.